everybody. My name is Lily Bell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. And right now, you guys are about to spin that wheel. If I can set it up properly, because you know what? This is a new way that I'm doing shit. And it's the way that it is, okay? It's fine. It's fine. Yes, spin that wheel. Da, 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 da. As for tweeting, I mean Christian. I'm pretty sure I just tweeted that I was coming back from dinner and that we're doing Christian. Okay, let's do it. We earn one more wheel spin. Big money, and by big money, I mean big money for me, okay? Let's do something nice, like Lily Bell art. Let's not do SATs. What is this? What is this? What is this? Fuck! Fuck! It's not double time. It's just 24 hours. It's fine. It's fine. It's 24 hours. It's not my favorite, but it's 24 fucking hours. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, well, we have added 24 hours. Yay! Stupid bitch. Okay, hello. Welcome in. Okay, right now, let's fix this real quick. Let's fix this real quick. Christian Doc updates. I want you to know, I watched a Christian documentary. If any of you guys don't know, I watched a Christian documentary since the very beginning. All the way, like, for the longest time, all the way to, like, episode 60, whatever. We're obviously at part 71 now, okay? There's, like, 74 parts or something like that. 74, 75. But I saved them so I can watch them in batches, so I don't have to watch one a day every, whatever, few weeks. And, you know, make me feel terrible about it. Right? Right? I don't think you're getting any sleep. I'm definitely gonna sleep. Like I said before, this is going to be the most healthy subathon you know, because I'm not down to do non-healthy shit no more. Does that make sense? Does that shit make sense? Okay. Actually, yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry for light mode. I know you guys are fucking dying of light mode here. Okay? I don't know how to change it to non-light mode from here. So there. Is there pre-recorded stuff for nighttime? No, for nighttime, we're going to have some YouTube playlists. You're going to get to see everything that I have on YouTube. That's going to play, and then the timer is going to be paused. Shut up, Ozzy! Oh my god. Full screen? I don't want to do full screen, though. Because then I'd have to full screen it. I don't want to do full screen. I don't like it. I don't want to see more how much bigger this shit is. All right? Hello. Okay, we're watching Christian documentary series. We're doing updates with Christian. Here you go. This is part 71. I hope everybody's ready. Oh my god. I did not miss this at all. I did not fucking miss this.
What is the attraction?
I did not miss. What the?
What keeps us fascinated?
Did you see that? Hello?
This is the story.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's different. Hello? What do you mean, Lily? It's me. I didn't do anything. I didn't press on anything. What the okay. All right. Sure. If it happens the next time, you can't say it's me no more.
On May 15th, 2019, YouTuber Nick Robinson uploaded a video in which he discusses Pappy Van Poodle, a character from the Nintendo 3DS game Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, about whom next to no information existed and was difficult to encounter. According to a certain commenter, they claimed that
okay, just to let you guys know, this is where we last headed off. We have 4 episodes to get through today. Unless, you know, fucking whatever happens and then we change activity again. All right? But we're at part 71 of the Christian, A Comprehensive History documentary series by Gino Samuel. Okay? There.
Steen was the first person to have discovered Pappy Van Poodle. To confirm who was the first to have found the character in the game, Nick Robinson uploaded a follow-up video on May 25th, which featured a brief interview with Chris.
So I'm making a video about a 3DS game called Rusty's Real Deal Baseball.
I've never heard this.
Yeah, the real.
Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I played it.
Oh, awesome.
It was, yeah, free to play, but yet pay to play.
Okay,
also.
so it's not actually free to play, Chris? Is that what you're fucking saying?
Find a bunch of mini games within it and making a deal with Rusty.
You
Free to
remember like there was like
play,
a
pay to
haggling
win.
thing where you could negotiate with Rusty?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
It's like, you're really making me lose my whole profit margin. You make me go below even drinking even.
So somebody told me that you had played the game and that when you had negotiated with Rusty, did you haggle with him? You haggled the money down?
Yeah, way down.
Oh, got it. I'm trying to track down who originally discovered this character for the first time, and somebody in a YouTube comment said that you had encountered this character or that you didn't negotiate, but I guess that's not true.
What does that even mean? Like, oh, I'm trying to, that's not realistic, bro. They're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to see who discovered this character first. Whoever fucking played the game. This has got to be a trap. What are they talking about specifically? Nick, what are you really talking about?
Yeah, not quite. Sorry.
It's okay. What are your like main memories of Rusty's Real Deal Baseball?
You know what I mean? This is legitimately just a way to try and get to talk to them. There's no real like, oh, we were trying to see who's the first person to whoever fucking played it was the first person to discover it. Hello?
Fourth between me and the wabbit.
Me and the wabbit. I'm sad. Don't do that. Don't do that, bitch. Don't do that.
It's just like saying that. I'm Lucas.
Found a specific character?
Actually,
is that a specific character, like a
secret? You might be thinking
secret?
of Nintendo Badge Arcade, because that was a rabbit. I think Rusty was actually a dog.
Oh, okay. Well, my mistake.
It's okay.
Why do you have to say it's okay? It's not like it's
debt repayment case with Midland funding was updated to a garnishment case, meaning that if ruled in favor of the debt collectors, it would be required by the court to pay back the debt by forcibly taking
Wait, I forgot to say, hey everybody, I hope your break away from me was good, right? I'm sorry, I like just jumped in. Hope your break away from me was good. Now you're back here. Sucks for you.
Funds available to Chris. On May 25th, Chris wrote a 20-tweet thread describing her new technique of falling asleep and lucid dreaming, or becoming aware that she is dreaming while dreaming. She afterwards added that her friend, Maker Nightfee,
I tried
had
it, but I hate
discovered
at
the
it.
technique before Christine.
I hate it.
But unlike Maker, Chris was able to describe it. If the sleep/meditation technique were to be scientifically studied, she hoped it would be named the Maker-chan meditation/sleep technique.
Alrighty. The fuck is lucid
26th.
dreaming? So lucid dreaming is legitimately kind of just, there's a possibility that you know it. It's supposed to be like you're awake while you're dreaming. Like you know you're dreaming, but you know you're fucking dreaming, so you have the ability to change and bend your dreams will the way that you want it. Yeah, controlling your dreams, essentially. Okay? I've tried it. I've tried to get into it. I've tried to do it because, I mean, who doesn't want to dream about having sex with their, favorite anime crushes or whatever? Okay? I definitely tried that shit. All right? I'm ass at it. I hated it. It's terrible. It's so hard to do.
It appeared that the enablers, Sarah and Steve, canceled their plans of moving to Virginia,
right? You do it,
personally
and then it's just like,
helping
all right,
Christine
sounds
in her
good.
artistic
Let's fuck.
and business endeavors. Some hints at what occurred could be gleaned from their updated public Twitter profile description.
Why do you feel bad for it, I'm?
What
is that supposed to mean, I'm?
Christine, swindled out of hundreds of dollars and were treated as subhuman. Should have listened to warnings given. They soon after changed their profile biography to a crying face emoji. Through private messaging, they elaborated that they fell out with Chris because she failed to acknowledge them for extended periods, while she posted
it didn't go well?
on Twitter
yeah,
about
don't even worry
the
about
dimensional
it.
merge. Thus, Sarah and Steve feared of
I
being
just mean it
shunned
didn't
for
happen.
weeks
It didn't
after
work out.
relocating. After a short while, Sarah and Steve admitted on Twitter that they were giving Chris a second chance, hoping she would reply to their messages more quickly. On that same day, a user on the social media site Reddit posted in the devoted Chris-chan discussion group, or subreddit.
You know the worst part about this? Like, pictures like this can genuinely come back out again now that Chris-chan is bailed out. Okay? Like, these pictures could actually happen again. And that's the scary part for me.
That he drove through Ruckersville, Virginia, and made a detour to quickly visit Christine, posting a selfie he took with her. He noted she shook his hand for an extended period of time and was wet, possibly after having gotten out of the shower.
I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with this part specifically. It was a bad time. I promise you, it was a bad time. That it was just poor timing that literally they got bailed out the same week that I had already decided I was going to start my break, okay? And the same week that they showed up on fucking Walmart, all right? I had already decided I was going to come back to stream. It was just poor fucking timing. I swear to God, I'm not Christian. It was just terrible timing. I promise.
On May 31st, Christine reflected on finding out that
Mary
the Dean
Lee
of Student
Walsh?
Services for Piedmont, Virginia Community College, Mary Lee Walsh, with
Oh,
whom
no.
she had a noted history of
Oh,
conflict,
no!
had retired 2 weeks prior.
Oh, retired.
I wish to offer kind words of her and
What?
the work she did there, regardless of what had happened between her and I in many years ago. She had her occupation. She performed to the best of her ability and judgment over the years. I do not recall much about her, and I have personally apologized to her for the mishaps and what had happened to her self-counterpart in Dimension C-197.
What did you do to her self-counterpart in Dimension C-197? Huh? What'd you do? This was weird, actually. I expected them to be like, yeah, die in hell, Mary Lee Walsh, you know? This makes me feel like my conversation about, or my, like, story time with my uncle, my conversation with my uncle, where I, like, expected to come up to him and be like, fuck you. And then I ended up, like, mending the relationship between our families. Like, that's weird.
I never knew her beyond acquaintance and
Hi, Lindo!
professional boundaries and distance. I have never heard of her direct thoughts on the portrayal of her character, nor on the fame and fandom she had acquired from my own hand, psychic links, and so forth. My one grievance with her being of her uncharismatic and anger induced attitude and behavior when it comes to dealing or communicating with those who are only trying to find their own way in life. In my case, I submit the constructive criticism that I was unable to speak to her way back then would be the calm, level-headed, direct statement with no intent of personal space and personal property destruction nor malcontent. Mary Lee Walsh should have said to me upon the first encounter, "This public advert is most inappropriate.
This
It
is not a
portrays you
real-
as a
this is
sexual
not-
solicitor. That is not a way to make conversation with others. Please put this advert away and never pull it out again. If you need help in socializing and talking with others, I can recommend some social skill courses and support groups for the very shy. Is that clear to you?" We probably could have avoided the tons of awkwardness and emotions looming over our shoulders, especially hers, had she been simply direct and civil like that.
This is the most backhanded, like, you know what? I wish them well, okay? I really do. But if they weren't such a fucking bitch, maybe, you know, it would have been, like, why do you need to say this? What is this supposed to be? Yo, what's up, Travis?
What happened to and with her
That's
has
literally
long
what they're
passed.
saying.
Move forward and onward, and I humbly and sincerely wish Mary Lee Walsh here in Dimension
Yeah, I
1218
totally believe
only
that.
the most comfortable
I
and
totally
blessed
believe
years
that. I
in her
totally
retired
believe
life
you.
until her time of passing. She had suffered enough.
Is that
and
a
I leave her
threat
to live
until her
on in
time of
peace
passing?
mind
Listen,
and
she's just
forgiveness.
retiring. She's not fucking
Have
dead.
a nice life, Mary
Have
Lee
a nice
Walsh.
life, Mary Lee
Lightning,
Walsh.
blue
Jesus
heart,
Christ.
Lightning emojis. Sincerely,
Sincerely,
Mrs. Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu.
Sonich.
Okay. DUMB question. Has Mary Lee Walsh here
What?
ever made any personal recorded statement about her thoughts
Karen,
and
thank you so
feelings
much for
about
lurking,
me
sweetheart.
and all
It's
of
good to
this
see you. Hello,
since after
hello.
I delivered the apology drawing to her and then received a freaking trespassing notice from her in 2009? Now that this can of worms has been opened yet again by someone who texted me earlier asking me what my thoughts about her retirement were, and I would be remised and dogged if I had not tweeted the set just a while ago. I feel needs to know what she had thought of it all.
Oh, God.
Call us Knacht, people. Had to add
To
this back onto my pile of
Knacht.
stresses, didn't y'all? Also,
What?
please never
What?
ever remind me of Michael John Snyder, or even inform me at all whether or not he had died. I had long moved forward from that jerk, way in the past, and no need to do that to me either. To me, that jerk has been
Oh
dead
my
since I found
God.
the game and hobby place has been long gone, out of business, and
Okay.
replaces by a chocolate store. Leave that be with me, please.
Please never
Kristen
backhand
posted an
apologize
animated GIF
ever
of
again.
meditative deep breathing to possibly calm herself down.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
On June 6th, in reply to a challenge from the official Pokemon Twitter account,
Oh
Chris
no,
took part
no!
and assigned people on Twitter to be characters in her fictitious Pokemon journey, selecting the first account that automatically was prompted to her, which included US President Donald Trump and some of her online friends. When an individual told her that since her account was protected, no one who did not follow her would see her tweet, asking when would she learn, Christine wrote back, never, promising to continue tagging accounts as necessary, closing with a LOL.
When will you learn?
Which stood
When will you learn?
actually laughing out loud. On June 8th,
The fuck?
Chris found out.
Wait, is that real? I've never heard of a LOL ever before in my life. Actually laughing out loud? Is that a real thing? Have any of you actually fucking ever used that? Bro's adding Donald Trump? That's wild. Everybody add Donald Trump, but when will any of you guys fucking learn and at Nickelodeon, bro?
That the free encyclopedia, Wikipedia, had an article about the Kiwi
This
Farms
is
forum
part
and
71. I
requested
haven't
for her
caught
to
up
be
yet.
omitted from the
I
written
wait for
history
like
of
3
the
to 4
site.
at a time to watch
In
it all.
addition, she wrote she would like to have her own Wikipedia page created for her, written in a positive light without any hate. Finally, she
Oh,
said she did not
God.
condone the role of Kiwi Farms in their so-called top 3 planned scandals, which left many people dead or injured.
What?
On June 12th,
Has
Christine
Kiwi
wrote
Farms
an
killed
extended
someone?
Twitter thread explaining that she won't settle for a regular job because she was, in a sense, employed by deities to manage the dimensional merge.
Uh-huh.
She also wrote the same message on her Patreon page to explain why she was unable to send the Sonichu comics to her paying patrons. On June 13th, Chris
sure.
reflected on his graduation from Manchester High School in the year 2000, regretting that during the ceremony, he showed his anger at not being recognized for his artistic efforts by snatching away his diploma and storming off stage without shaking anyone's hand. She wished for people to identify those who were on stage so she could apologize to them. As an addendum, Christine wished for the domain of the Christian Wiki, the Quickie, to be changed
so they
from
have because they
Sonichu.com
bullied people?
to
Damn,
Quickie.com,
that's
so
awful,
she could
yeah.
eventually claim the Sonichu domain for her own website project run by a trusted friend. When a Twitter user asked her why she couldn't use her superpowers to track down the people from the ceremony, she answered that she was still getting used to her powers.
It's just beautiful, right? Because what are the real actual rules for getting used to superpowers? When you have, I mean, this is what I've learned from, D&D people, okay? You have to have rules with each of your powers. Thank you to D&D people, aka Leighton. And there's absolutely, the only rule when it comes to Christian straight up is, if I want it, I will have it. If I not want it, I no have it.
Which remained unpredictable and wild.
Right, we
Later
need like
that
this
day,
Georgian
Chris
thing, but
wrote
it's
a
sure
tweet
Chris.
thread in which she revealed that Jesus Christ allegedly told her that he and his mother, Emmanuel, have been working really hard in the dimensional merge, which was in its final stages and would take place in the coming days. Jesus was reaching out in all of the real-world dimensions churches, holy spots, portals, Pokestops, and Pokemon gyms, but also asked Christine to extend the reach of his message and tell everyone to believe in the original characters created by themselves and others. Also on that same day,
Believe in
she wrote on
Lilybell, you
Twitter
guys.
that her
Believe in
mother,
Lilybell.
Barbara, had been badgering her for damned money again, so Chris advertised a quilted throw blanket for sale on the auction marketplace website eBay for $225, including shipping. In addition, Christine made a YouTube video addressing troublesome mail she had been receiving, which was jokingly addressed to major YouTuber PewDiePie. She claimed in the video title that PewDiePie did not live at her address, and instead lived in Sweden. Though born in Sweden, PewDiePie, in actuality, lived in the United Kingdom.
Wait, yeah, actually, I was like, PewDiePie lives in
Coming to you
Sweden?
live from home once again, and today I'm setting something straight.
I believed in Lily Bell once and now $400,000 in debt and missing both my arms.
And this ticks me off because not only does the actual person does not get the mail, but to forward it is impossible for me because I don't have his address and he lives in Sweden.
Oh.
Felix.
Oh, buddy.
Kjellberg, also known as BEWD Pie, does not live here at
Bro, are you serious?
968.
Are you
and
serious?
I never,
Full home
ever
address?
want to see another piece of mail addressed to him sent to me here. And PewDiePie, please.
Please.
Put a mailing address on your YouTube channel to where your fan mail and everything can actually be sent to. Please.
I'm not surprised.
Please?
I'm not. I guess the only reason I might be
Kristen
surprised
went
is
to
it's been
Twitter
a
to
while
post a
since
photo of all the
I've
hate
actually
mail that
consumed
a single
Christian.
person sent to her multiple times per month. She wrote that she did not open the envelopes.
How do you know
as
it's
they were
hate mail? Maybe
transparent both
it's
to
not.
light and her psychic powers, and would be sending them all back. Afterwards, she notified PewDiePie's Twitter account that
Felix!
she would be sending back all mail addressed to
Bro, your Twitter is locked though. How the fuck are they supposed to actually? Oh my god.
the YouTuber and asked for him to make a public
Felix!
address to let his fans know the correct address to which they should send fan mail. Finally, on June 13th, Chris posted a video in which she asks for people to believe in the original characters, or OCs, and deities in regards to the dimensional merge.
We have a bit of a situation. Turns out, while we do have a good number of believers in the OCs, CPUs, deities, and everyone between our sister dimension of C197 and their surrounding dimensions, and right here dimension 1218, we could do a whole lot better in the believers. Even Jesus Christ himself came to me earlier today,
Amazing.
told me so.
Amazing.
Asked me to relay the message.
Jesus Christ himself.
Everybody believe in the OCs, and everybody, the dimension merge is happening.
Oh my god.
And we could definitely make the
this is-
dimension merge happen a whole lot faster and over
If you simply believe in Tinkerbell, she's. Oh no, Tink's dying. Nobody's here to believe.
with. Definitely for the better benefit
Jesus
of
Christ himself.
everybody.
Everybody.
Within both our dimensions and the combined dimensions. Just give them a thought. Give your OCs a thought. Any of them. Whether they be branded, not branded. Your creations, someone else's creations, so forth. Sanchi wrote you. The CPUs.
Okay, but like real. I don't know. I
Anime
can't.
characters.
Yes,
and
anime
Magic Chan. You can
characters.
see him right now. He's literally sitting right here.
Anime characters. If I believe hard enough, Gojo will have dick for me suck. Yeah, amen.
Anyway,
Hallelujah.
Jesus Christ himself and our God Emmanuel. They're OCs too.
What? Jesus Christ is an OC, you guys. They just said it. Jesus Christ, OC. Jesus Christ is also an OC. They're OCs too. God is. I mean.
Though they literally are those that have worked here. Like, you know, your Lord Jesus Christ sacrificed himself
I mean,
for
Mickey
real
is an
here.
OC for sure.
He's an OC.
Uh,
I'm an OC. If anything, between you and yourself counterparts, every one of you is an OC as well. So,
I need
if anything,
I need
you
a
believe
mirror.
in everyone else.
I need to pull up a mirror version of Lily Bell right here and just, talk to my OC self counterparts.
You believe in yourselves as well.
Whatever the fuck Chris
Alright.
is on, I
And more
don't
importantly,
want to be on that. Keep that shit away from me, bro.
All right. We don't need any more haterade, especially freaking cyberbullies and bad internet trolls. But aside from that, Believe in the OCs. Believe in your OCs. Believe in yourself as an OC. Believe in Jesus Christ, Emmanuel. Who Emmanuel, by the way? God is a woman.
Bless, God is a woman.
And I have personally met them face to face.
No, you fucking haven't,
If you
bro.
don't believe me in that, I've literally touched Jesus' hands.
What is that supposed to
Every time I
prove?
feel that.
What? What? No! Don't do that! Don't fucking do that! You see this? You see what they did? You see what they did? We're talking about Jesus' hands?
I cry every time I feel that.
I
Scar in his hand. Cross when he did that, but still. Anyway,
oh my god.
as a guy as myself, I am unable to worship Jesus or any of the other deities, but I am friends with Jesus and all the other deities, including CPUs, so the least I could do is support them and be a friend. That's what I do to the best of my abilities. Everywhere.
Amazing.
My soul, my brain, my body. Literally working round the clock. Everywhere.
I wonder if it's just a random Mexican dude that lives nearby called Jesus. I want you to know, Aze, that's so funny actually. I've told this story before, but I actually did go on a date with someone and it was the most awkward date of all time. And it was during Christmas time, during holiday time, right? Like in December, whatever. And so we finished eating lunch and then we were just hanging out before we would go back to the fucking high school where I had dropped off my car. And we were sitting around in a neighborhood, and across from his car is a house that had a little sign that says "Happy Birthday, Jesus." But I couldn't stop laughing for a good 30 minutes because I couldn't figure out if it was "Happy Birthday, Jesus" or if somebody named Jesus happened to have a fucking birthday nearby, like in December, and it was actually "Happy Birthday, fucking Jesus." You know what I mean? Happy birthday, Jesus, and everybody just walking around thinking this ain't normal. But poor Jesus out here not getting his birthday.
And I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
And you know what? I want to let you know that dude is married now. Not to me. That dude is having a great time. Not, that shit got shot down real quick, easy.
By each thing that comes in, so I can relay it out to you via my Twitter or whatever. But in the meantime, believe in all of us OCs and everything and the dimension merge. It's happening. We're approaching our end game, and we are destined and fated to win.
Game.
So, follow my motivational speech, please, and follow our lead. We will complete this merge. We will all be existent and coexistent with each other, and we will be able to hang out fully with our own creations. I'm very serious about that. It's happening! It's happening! Believe! Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, thank God. I was like, how much longer are they going to tell me to
14th,
believe?
Chris listed the complete set of Sonichu comic books for sale on
Actually,
eBay
that's
in a
pretty
single
crazy.
$170 bundle.
That actually
The
is
bundle
pretty
also
crazy.
included the Chris Chan prequel comic by Brian Frogboy and Rose Chu's story, which apart from the Chris penned front cover, was entirely written and illustrated by QB Farms user Tricky. Christine further wrote on Twitter that all orders would be directly shipped from the book printing company, and so would not include any custom orders or autographs. She realized that the rewards she listed on Patreon, such as custom book orders and autographing and shipping them herself, cost her extra time and money, which she could not handle because of her dedication to the dimensional merge.
Oh my
The
God.
next day, Chris's avid follower, Jacob Sockness, received the blanket, which he purchased from her eBay account. He proceeded to announce that he asked a hypothetical mirror.
The blanket is actually amazingly soft. The smell died down enough to approach the room and take my... What? What?
who was the sexiest artist, and it allegedly replied that it was Sockness. The tweet also included 4 photos of Jacob laying on the blanket and posing seductively in an array of revealing clothing. On June 16th, she dedicated
Okay. Whew. Wow, this is a lot. This is, man, it's been a bit since I've, okay.
the year's Father's Day to her father, Bob Chandler, posting on Twitter a photo of a newspaper clipping of her dad being celebrated for his contributions to General Electric. Chris celebrated his patents and achievements, which apparently directly led to many technological advancements, such as 3-dimensional printing. She reflected that Bob told her to live her life to the best, and that he was currently a very intelligent man / Sonichu, who after the dimensional merge would be able to hug Chris's mother Barbara once more. Christine shared a picture she drew of Christian Sonichu with her
I'm sorry, it's specifically the fact that Jacob literally said the smell had to die down before they could approach it and do their business. Right? Like, that's, you know what? I mean, yeah, I don't know, yum, I guess.
Father in Sonichu form, Robert Chu, reflecting that since that drawing, her father had allegedly changed his fur color from plaid to almost
My daddy was never a red and black OC, plus plaid is tough to color. Aren't you a little too old to say that shit, bro?
red, because it was hard for her to color a plaid pattern. It was at around this time that Chris's eBay account was restricted and all her listings were removed, likely due to her overall positivity rating of 85%, an exceptionally low figure for the site. On June 17th, she tweeted asking her followers if they also felt like it was the same day for a number of consecutive days, or when a day has passed, though it felt like a whole week.
I believe that, actually.
On June 19th,
that's sorry.
Christine finally
that happens
acknowledged
sometimes.
that
I get
her
that.
eBay
That is the
account
most
had
normal
been
thing that I can
restricted
get out
and
of
that
this.
her PayPal account was in debt. She stated that every direct $170 donation to her PayPal account would function as payment for the Sonichu Comics bundle and will order the set of books for the donators. Jacob Sockness did not entertain the idea of using the financial company to purchase the comics, for he did not trust Chris to fulfill orders on the count of her failings with Patreon. Not long after her announcement, someone presumably donated the aforementioned amount.
Even Jacob was like, I can't go through with that. And Jacob did some crazy shit, bro. Their name on Twitter literally says Chris King.
After printing. When someone accused Christine of setting the $170 price to allow for herself $100 for shipping and profits, she clarified that printing cost $110, $30 for 3-day shipping, and the remaining $30 for her personal profit. Also on June 19th, Chris and her mother attended their scheduled court hearing in regards to 2 cases of debt owed to Portfolio Recovery Associates. QB Farms user Sigay Spurgnik personally attended the hearing and later on gave an account of what they witnessed. 11:03 a.m. Chris and Barb arrive. More accurately, I hear Chris sighing, squealing, and whining as he sets off the metal detector at the main door of the court repeatedly. They come into the courtroom and sit down in relative quiet.
Sure is very
11:05 a.m. Chris starts playing with a fidget spinner. 11:07 a.m. Chris starts making ridiculous noises. Raspberries, light shrieks, grunts, etc.
Sorry, I'm like,
shushes
I'm in the middle of
Chris
watching
replies
Chris
to her
talk.
discipline with, "We're taking a break so I can make a little noise if I want." This was delivered in the tone of voice of a smug yet pouting 6-year-old.
Okay.
11:12 a.m. Chris starts making whoop whoop noises and singing a childish tune that largely consists of him going la 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 in yet another 6-year-old's
to be
tone
back.
of voice.
This is my first day back to
The
stream.
first time I ever encountered him in public, late last February / early March, He was singing something virtually identical as he was walking down the street. The fidget spinner is still going. 11:22
Why do they need to
a.m.
say anything
10
about the
minutes
fucking
of
fidget
relative
spinner?
quiet are broken by another of Chris's noise-making fits. This time, it's a giant hiccup, followed by sighs, squeals, and more fidget spinner as he grunts
Oh,
at no
because
one
the fidget
in
spinner makes
particular.
noise?
11:23 a.m. Chris tears himself away from the fidget spinner long enough to make a comment to Barb about something to do
Oh my
with
God!
hairy legs. Couldn't make out the first part of it due to the acoustics, but she shushed him again. The 6-year-old voice came out again to say, "But they are hairy legs," followed by something else unintelligible and more fidget spinner. 11:27 a.m. Judge sits down again, starts getting the 11:30 session underway. 11:33 a.m. While that's going on, Chris starts babbling very audibly. The judge glares at Barb. Barb shushes the man-child. Unsettlingly, it was a near glossolalia level of babble. The fidget spinner has finally been put away, thank God. 11:50 a.m. Chris and Barb left the court with the judge's permission to speak with the prosecution attorney in private room, Ari, his case. Barb wasn't allowed in
shit.
and hung around in
Okay.
the foyer waiting for him. A few things that should be pointed out. Barb's looking worn out.
Yeah, no
There's
shit,
good
bro.
way to
Barb is like
describe
probably
or
90 by now.
emphasize this adequately, but it's worse than I can ever remember seeing her. Her hair is completely white. The hollow-eyed, thousand-yard stare is now going out even further than that, and her general demeanor is that of someone who has taken all they can and has retreated into a shell that they only emerge from to shout out something vitriolic once in a while. She's getting around okay physically, but functionally reminds me of an edamame pod. Chris, honestly, not too much change there, at least physically. Behaviorally, however, he basically seems to be seriously sliding down the slope into trying hard to revert to childhood. At present, this is likely his strongest defense mechanism against Barb's decline, real-world responsibilities, like creditor judgments, and his lack of social skills bearing down on him. Granted, this is an assessment being made from a completely non-professional standpoint, but it's also not the first time I've seen something like this, and he's exhibiting the signs. The case was finalized that day, and Chris was ordered to pay back a total of $2,681.70.
Alright. Who wants to make some bets on whether or not they go immediately over to Twitter and starts asking for people for money immediately? Who's doing bets? Anybody who doesn't bet that, I'm gonna have to have a talk with you,
To
bro.
Portfolio Recovery Associates. On June
That's a very
23rd,
that's pretty
Christine wrote
detailed
tweet
of a
thread
recount.
reflecting on the Sonichu comic that was heavily influenced by the Idea Guys, Joshua Wise, and Stephen Boyd.
Wow,
Everyone,
Hello?
I'm in agreement with @Magichan111448 that
I
the
guess
adequate
not.
minimum number of peoples of this world, so far, have had a chance to read the book that I had written during the time of, and a bit after, when I was awakening as a CPU, also known as the time, #IdeaGuyJoshWise.
Damn, you guys should have taken
Totally
the fucking
tried
bet.
to screw and mess up C197, the other CPUs, themselves, everyone else, and me from October 2017 to April 2018. For now, for those of everyone who have yet to read it, I leave the highlights of the book I ended up drawing and writing of the true events that all literally and actually took place during that time, and the negative effects of #IdeaGuyJoshWise.
No, I didn't know that Gino just turned 20.
Wild.
Wait, hold on. Gino's only 20? Oh, hello? Is that real? Is that true? Is Gino really only 20? That's weird. Gino, I'm so sorry. Had I said anything even more weird or sus?
Put us all through. It is likely that during that time, simultaneously, here in 1218, other people and individuals have felt some of the side effects along with us, so please feel free to share your respective stories. And if y'all would like the full printed copy of the book, it is free with purchase of the other
there it is.
Sonichu
It's
books
free
in the
with
set at this
purchase.
time. And the direct way to get the
With
set quick
purchase.
for yourself is to send to
There
me
it
no
is.
less than
What? There you go.
$170
See, I was
directly
worried. I was
via
like, how did I
PayPal.
not
After
guess
receiving
that
the
properly?
monies, and be sure to include your
There it
address when
is.
sending the funds, I shall swiftly order the books and have them shipped to you
Whoop,
directly from
there
my printing company.
it is.
My personal takeaway from the book is that I, personally, feel better keeping the back of the book facing forward, because I like and appreciate how it completed and came full circle. I also do appreciate the circumstances that introduced me to it all, including calling my very own at Sega Dreamcast that literally turned out to be this dimension's counterpart to the Spiral console
I
that kept
can't.
Uzume,
I
the
can't.
CPU
I can't.
orange
I can't.
heart,
I can't. I
confined
can't.
for
I can't.
years. While my Dreamcast only
My
had the seal, but I still
God.
ended up with a direct link and close friend link. With her for 2 weeks. That was really wild, epic, and totally cool. Hashtag idea guy Josh Wiles shall pay for his crimes of extortion from me, and then some, because his damage was dimensions damaging that only I had the ability to undo, with the help in being guided to do so by at Magichan111448, and her friends and allies who are mildly to not affected by the effects of the month's worth of, well, the worst parts of it, to say the least. That is all for now. Thank you all for your support, interest, and sincere kindness. Alongside her tweets, she
I'm
shared
sorry.
a
There's
select-
just at this point in time, after all this, is like I don't have as much commentary in the literally inner ramblings of this person, because it's just so much. It's like if I genuinely like sitting down and fighting with, you know, I don't know. I don't even know. It's like trying to fight with a dog. Okay. They're not speaking the same language. They don't understand my language. I don't understand their language. Like, what is happening here?
Of preview pages from The Awakening of a CPU comic. On June 24th, Chris wrote that she considered selling the Awakening comic for free, but decided against it because it cost money to print it.
No, do not
and
put the
ship it,
Sonichu
and that the
series
money
on my
was needed
throne,
in the house.
please.
Hence why she bundled it
Please.
with the complete Sonichu collection bundle, though mentioned that she was not getting orders. She wrote she would autograph one Sonichu comic per person at the upcoming My Little Pony convention, BronyCon.
I'm in fear.
Limiting fans to only one book, since she wanted time to enjoy the convention herself.
Wait, actually, hold on. Are they even back on Twitter yet? I need to find this out. If they're back on Twitter. What is their Twitter? Quick CPU Quick Sonichu. Okay, I actually am following this. No, they're not. They're not. They're still in 2021. At least they're, you know, their Twitter says that. Okay. I just wanted to know, like,
June
that.
25th,
Now that shit is
Chris
crazy.
made her restricted Twitter account public,
Yeah, Chris.
meaning it was from then on visible to everyone. The next day, she liked a tweet about
The
being
day
kind
they
to
tweet
one
again,
another
I think I
from
would lose my.
illustrator and
It's
voiceover
so
artist
much. It's so
Doopy
much.
Do-Over, who had years before blocked Chris due to her overbearing attachment to the artist. Later on, Christine wrote on Twitter that since many things were going on, she was apparently feeling the psychic brunt force of it, which included chest tightening and other feelings. She asked her followers to say a prayer for her. She then went to her Magichan Sonichu Twitter account to write under the guise of being her alleged husband that Christine recently had a heart attack in relation to events happening between dimensions, and so
I want you to know there was some point in time where I did have second accounts pretending to be like fictional characters, right? To like RP, okay? To just RP this second life thing with me and my friends. But I was like 12. All right? I was like 12. I can't.
asked followers to pray to and for her. The alleged Magichan soon after wrote that Christine apparently went to the emergency room of a hospital after the attacks and has since stabilized, though the chest tightening continued intermittently. she was taking medicine in the form of
I didn't even know
aspirin and
Christian was
Tylenol,
a-
and was
a-
resting
a
in bed as her
person,
alleged spouses
idea,
Mewtwo and
subject
Magichan
thing at
himself
all
looked
until
after her.
literally I started this,
Later that day,
like a
Chris
comprehensive
added
history.
a
Until
YouTube
literally they
video
got
to a
fucking
custom playlist,
arrested.
a 5-hour-long video featuring binaural beats or special sound frequencies, advertised to invoke lucid dreaming in the listeners.
Okay, well I can't feel bad
Later
about that.
again,
I've done that
she
before.
uploaded the uncolored
I tried
front
to use some
cover
shit like
and
that
the
before.
first 8 uncolored pages of her proposed Sonichu issue 14 comic, also known as Awakening of a CPU Book 2. Among the new pages, she mentions that she allegedly suffered 3 heart attacks in a single minute, before writing further about her hopes for the expeditious completion of the dimensional merge. Chris wrote that her uncontrollable, long, loud belches and frequent moments of deja vu were signs that the merge was still progressing.
Sorry, hold on. I just want to hear them say that again. What?
Chris wrote that her uncontrollable, long, loud belches and frequent moments of deja vu were signs that the merge was still progressing.
I'm just trying to like understand the part here where I mean, why, right? Like, why do I bother trying to understand shit like this, right? But shit, you guys, I have belches sometimes too. Am I? You know what I mean? Going through the merge? That's crazy. That's wild. That's legit for real. Hello?
On June 27th, Christine uploaded a Twitter video in which she
I'm
balances
so-
a My Little Pony
honestly, my
USB flash
brain,
drive
every
on
single
her
time I watch
fingers
this
until
shit.
it wavers and falls to the ground, believing this is the result of her psychic powers.
Amazing! Wow!
The following day,
That's
Chris
oh
updated
shit!
her Patreon
That
with
is
new
some real
pages for
proof right
Sonichu
there. That's
issues
fucking
14
crazy.
and 15. The vast majority of pages were only visible to patrons paying at least a certain amount, though a few individuals, like Kiwi Farms user Sturbanchu, became patrons in order to leak the new pages to the interested public. Chris also added 9 new monthly Patreon payment levels, or
They spelled tier
quote-unquote
wrong.
tiers, which
Tier,
incrementally
yeah, there you go.
increased in single dollar amounts ranging from $1 up to $9. The so-called
What
tiers
for?
did not offer any
What
additional
for?
perks, except for thoughts of thanks from Chris. Some observers speculated that for Sonichu issue 15, which would function as a reboot for the series going back to the origins of Sonichu and Rosechu, she was plagiarizing from the fan comic Rosechu's Story by Tricky. On Twitter, Christine defended the similarities between the comics by claiming that she and Tricky had discussed years ago that it would be fine for Chris to reference Rosechu's story in her own comics, and that since Sonichu and Rosechu were mainly her property, haters and trolls had no rhyme or reason to shit on her. Tricky herself later confirmed on Twitter that Christine had her permission to use as much
Wow,
or as
okay.
little of her comic for reference as she liked, as long as she did not use Tricky's artwork.
Well,
However,
that's
when
nice of
comparing
Tricky,
the
I
Sonichu
guess.
pages,
Hello?
readers believed that Chris was likely tracing over Tricky's original panels, though Tricky herself did not think this was the case. On June 30th, Chris asked on Twitter if anyone, preferably famed lucid dreamers, could help her regain her abilities to lucid dream, which she had lost over the past week. She then shared an article from the NBC News network describing scientists entertaining the possibility of a parallel universe and claimed this was evidence of the dimensional merge. Chris
All right,
also
buddy.
attached 2 uncolored pages from Sonichu
All
issue
right, buddy.
14, one of which describes the conclusion of her supposed heart attack episode. She wrote that on June 28th, she went to the doctor to discuss her possible heart attacks, which the doctor determined was a gastro-related problem, and recommended that she take
They literally basically had heartburn and went, holy shit, this is a heart attack. Genuinely. It's heartburn. It's fucking heartburn. It's heartburn, bro. Gastro related? That shit heartburn.
the antacids Tums when necessary. Chris also claims
Tums!
to have wowed the doctor with her psychic powers. Based on the illustration on the page, it appears that she demonstrated the so-called rubber pencil trick for the doctor by
Good night, Miss So. Thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you. Could you fucking imagine? Could you genuinely fucking imagine? Hey, Doc, look at this. Hold on. I gotta pull up some fucking rubber pencil YouTube video, all right? Hold on. Hi, unavailable death. Hey, Doc, look at this.
It's pretty solid, right? The wood for watch. If you actually shake it like this, does it look like it's made out of rubber?
Whoa.
Is that great?
It does look like it's rubber.
I feel every single time I watch more of this, I feel like I'm hallucinating. It's just like naturally. I'm just. It's not normal.
by holding a pencil on one end and
That's
shaking
the trick.
it up and
That's
down,
the rubber
creating
pencil
an
trick.
illusion of a bendy pencil, which rendered the doctor speechless.
Hello, welcome in,
She
welcome
further
in.
elaborated that she had a goddess-level quest to complete in
Wait,
the
hold on,
Dreamverse
I'm sorry.
that required her to be in a deep sleep.
Tsunami,
dreaming
welcome
level.
to Label, and I hope you
When
have
a
a safe
Twitter
and
user
enjoyable
asked
flight.
her if she would consider therapy, Christine answered, "Been there, done that. Therapy is beneath the high level this is, and I have been to plenty of therapy and psychologist sessions before. They lack the sufficient knowledge that is beyond what was printed in their textbooks." On July 1st, Chris posted another video on Twitter of her demonstrating her supposed psychic powers, in which she balances a large amethyst stone in her hand and slowly turns her wrist until it falls down, writing that her powers were growing since amethyst has weight, unlike the plastic USB stick.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh
The
my
following
god,
day,
oh my
Jacob Sockness
god.
walked in the
Oh
San
my
Francisco Pride Parade
God.
wearing a shirt reminiscent of Chris's The Classic. A
Yeah!
replica
Oh
similar
wait,
to
this is
medallion,
Jacob again?
And also the
Fucking
shoes he
A,
bought
Jacob.
from her on eBay. Also on that day, the debt garnishment case with Midland Funding was closed, ruling in favor of Christine, meaning
What?
that her funds would not be taken to pay back her debts.
This is basically
She
just like
afterwards went
saying
to Twitter
that
to
you.
express
It's just
her
declaring bankruptcy,
enthusiasm at the
honestly.
announcement of a soon-to-be-released remake of the vintage computer Commodore 64, hoping it would include floppy disk and cassette tape drives, since she still possessed games made for the computer in their original state. Chris then posted a photo of her collection of Commodore 64 games and programs. On July
This is a genuine question, okay? I don't want to get into whatever the fuck this is about to be, but this is a genuine question. Where does the line go from hoarding to like investing, right? Because some people are gonna say, all right, you know, Chris keeping their Commodore 64 is like hoarding. But if somebody else fucking kept some shit like that, it's like, damn, I bet those are like really expensive now. Where is that line? There's def a line. There's no line. Keep okay, Axel. Alrighty. Okay. I'm never gonna visit your house. I'll tell you that. When you can't move easily through your rooms, and it's like, what do you know is actually gonna like be worth shit later on? You know what I mean? You've met those people. You've definitely. I think Robert, like Bob, right? Bob was one of those people, right? Kept all their shit, and then gave it to Chris. And then had Chris and then Chris ended up selling it. I don't know. I mean, probably didn't sell it for as much as it possibly could have been. You know what I mean? I'm just saying overall, like where the line is, not specifically for Chris only or Barb or Bob, whatever. But I've met people where they're like, oh, you should have kept that. It would have been worth so much now. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. For a good 5-10 years, it didn't mean jack shit. How was I supposed to know? It was like clutter in my house. I'm the kind of person that gets rid of everything. I'll sell anything I could. You know what I mean? I just don't like having such old stuff that I'm not using around. And then I think about it and I'm like, man, maybe I should have kept. You never know. You never know. And at the same time, whatever it is, you know? Of course you are. What does that mean? What does that mean, Dolly?
Third, the Sonichu official merchandise Twitter account posted a photo of Christian in the early 2000s, posing in his classic shirt, along with one of Jacob Sockness.
I literally sell little loot boxes of myself. Of like my shit, my junk, right?
Imitating his pose in a similar outfit, asking readers who wore the outfit better. Christine questioned whether Sockness's shirt was originally produced by Ralph Lauren, like hers was. Chris later suggested that Jacob should lose some weight in his belly, and that the suggested profile banner was unsettling for her. Jacob himself soon responded,
what the hell?
mentioning his so-called teddy bear softness in an attempt to sexually tease Christine. Sonichu official merchandise wrote back that he should hit the gym if Sockness was to get Chris's affection, referring to her with male pronouns. Chris then corrected them. On July 4th, Christine angrily addressed the lax Google moderation rules which allowed anyone to edit her Sonichu headquarters business listing. Many people uploaded pictures referencing Chris's past trolling sagas, poor living situation, and her penchant for begging for money. Also on that
I did not want to see
Chris
that!
went to Patreon to update her supporters with new pages for Sonichu issue 15 and blamed the idea guys for the delay in the completion of the comic.
Still, huh?
Realizing that it had
still
been
the idea guys, huh?
quite the while since I resumed a few days ago, and when I ended up stopping in book 15, thanks to the events involving Idea Guy and Johnson Wiles, I ended up messing up on Rosie's young and short bosoms. I could kill them both after they and Boyd extorted $6,000 from me during those developmental and very eventful months, in full, plus interest. She then wished on Twitter a happy birthday to the United States of America, as it was the date of the nation's Independence Day, and wished a very merry unbirthday to everyone else. A birthday-like celebration occurring on all days apart from one's birthday, first mentioned in the 1871 novel Through the Looking.
Wait, that's actually kind of funny that Gino Samuel had to go through that and say what a fucking unbirthday is.
Glass
That's actually
by
kind
Lewis
of
Carroll.
funny.
On July
I mean, it makes
8th,
sense, right? Because not everybody's gonna know, but at the same time,
attending the upcoming and final BronyCon convention.
Pretty
But thanks
surprised
to bills and things,
to see.
funds for her travel and attendance have been slipping out. She pleaded for people
Yeah,
to
no
join
shit,
her Patreon,
dude.
as she
It's
was
been
still
slipping
busy
out for like
coloring
9
new
million
pages
years.
and providing her supporters with new exclusive content, in addition to her work in both dimensions. She also wrote on Twitter the reasons why she needed funds. And if you must know why, room accommodations. My main plan with 2 friends who had reserved a room for us 3 and had their passes, they fell off the communications map on me. So I am in a major bind. Please, hashtag help Chris Sonichu get to BronyCon. Chris then shared a link for her PayPal account, stating if anyone were to donate to her $600, she would deliver them a personally signed and bagged complete set of Sonichu comic books. When asked on Twitter why would she consider going to BronyCon when she had money troubles at home, Chris replied, "I'm going. I must. Alright? I have my reasons. Besides which, people want to see me and meet me, and they want to see me happy. I want to meet and make my fans happy. I want to partake and enjoy the panels and events and share in everyone's happy feeling. So, help me help you feel more content and happy in the moments during BronyCon. Please."
I know this part is almost ending. I just... The... You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not even really saying anything, but like, you know what I'm saying, right?
As BronyCon soon approached, Christine clamored for any hope of recapturing the perceived love and acceptance she felt during the previous convention. For her, It was an escape from a world of bullying.
That scared me for a
demands,
bit. I thought that was like a static
responsibilities,
picture and then it started
accountability,
moving.
to a small part of the world where she would have freedom and not be judged and ridiculed. She would do all she was willing to in order to achieve that release, if only for a moment.
It's everywhere. They're never going to be able to escape that, ever. They're never going to be able to escape that. Wow. Okay, this is part 72, but also there's an in memory of. Is this, wait, what is that? This name sounds familiar. Do I know this name? They passed like really early in their life, bro.
What made her this way?
Yeah, 29. That's crazy.
What is the attraction?
Oh, also, see? I'm telling you, it's not my fucking computer, bro. This started happening. It got worse. Okay, but also, hi, everybody. My name is Lily Bella. I love to travel, and I suck at geography. We're watching Chris Chana Comprehensive History. We're watching part 72, 73, and 74, maybe? I think those are the left available ones. The last time I checked, we had 4 new ones to watch. I'm in the middle of my comeback funathon. Woo! Let's go! My comeback funathon. And all the rules are right there, as you can see in the bottom corner. Bits and donations are double the timer. And then every 2 hours you get is a spin on our gacha wheel. We've got a couple of good spins so far. Yep. Yeah, we've got a couple of good spins for you guys and a couple of good spins for me. Thank God. But yeah, please feel free. And if you want to see the wheel, let me know.
What keeps us fascinated?
Shit's just, dude, I'm
This
telling
is
you,
the
this
story
is not chill.
Of Chris Chan.
God. I don't know, man. That table looks pretty hoarderish to me, you guys. Their room might have been cleaner than the rest of the house, but their room was
July
not
9th,
fucking clean, bro.
2019, in response to Christine's recent
Has the big
pleas
wheel
to
been
acquire
made yet?
funds
It
for her
hasn't.
trip
It will be
to the
made
My Little Pony
tonight when I'm
convention,
not
BronyCon, the Sonichu
on
official
here.
merchandise Twitter account suggested that she should start selling her bathwater, referencing the recent marketing campaign of social media star and erotic model Belle Delphine,
Yeah,
who sold
Belle!
vials of what was
Woo!
purported to have been her used bathwater. Chris rejected the idea because she was not perverted and did not find buying used underwear appealing either. In addition, she could not sell bathwater since she took showers instead.
I think
After a short
technically
while,
you could
according to
sell
leaked
shower
private
water. You just
messages,
put it
Chris
on the bottom
seemingly
of it instead
reconsidered
of where
and
the
directly messaged the Trollson merchandise
guess
account, asking
where the
if they
drain would
be
be?
willing
I don't
to
know.
sell jars of her bathwater on her behalf, since she could not use her restricted eBay account. They declined her offer. On the social site Reddit, her devout follower, Jacob Sockness, revealed that the Sonichu
Welcome back,
merchandise
Layden!
account had falsely told Chris that he was interested in buying her bathwater, which Jacob at the time had no financial means of
Oh,
purchasing.
Leighton, I asked you
He
something on
elaborated
Discord if
that
that's
it was
cool.
instead necessary for Chris to send him some custom-made holy water infused with her own juices, which Sockness would use in his magic rituals. Upon believing that Sockness was interested in financially helping her, Chris finally followed his Twitter account. On July 10th, Christine declared that if 10
Hey,
people
yo, Jacob did it! Jacob finally got that follow! Let's go!
were to buy her complete Sonichu comic
Good for
book
you,
sets at
Jacob.
$170
guess.
each within the next day, she would definitely be able to afford the accommodations during her BronyCon stay in Baltimore, Maryland. She then went to her alternative Magichan Twitter account and posed as her supposed husband,
me.
Magichan, writing that Christine knew more about the dimensional merge than any troll who criticized her, and boasted about her growing powers of moving objects with her mind.
And we totally,
Also on that
totally
day,
care.
Chris updated her Patreon supporters with altered pages from her Sonichu Issue 8 comic. mostly changing the birthdays of the Sonichus and Rosechus to match with the information that was dictated to her by the idea guys. On July 11th, Chris posted on Twitter 2 photos from 1993 that her mother Barbara had found. One of Christian with his father Bob accepting the letter which awarded him a $1,000 shopping spree at the KB Toys toy store after winning a competition from the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, and another of Barbara taken at around the same time.
It's crazy.
On July 14th,
it's just
Sockness
crazy to
tweeted,
think
with
of
Christine's
already at that
approval,
time.
that he decided
I remember learning about Christian at that time, like of them just, you know, because they hadn't done anything terribly bad yet. They were just a kid, and it's just so interesting to see how different a person could be.
to create an eBay account on her behalf and would use his closet as a storage warehouse for all of her products and sell them on the auction site, splitting profits 20-80 in Chris's favor. When members of the Kiwi Farms suggested that Jacob would simply use unsold items for his own personal gain, he denied this claim on Twitter, calling Christine a true friend. Not long after, Sockness started a campaign on the fundraising site GoFundMe, aiming to raise $300 to kickstart the necessary funding for the purchases of boxes needed to contain Chris's sold items. On that same day, Chris announced that she received a generous donation from a fan and was able to book a room for the weekend she would spend at the convention. The next day, the Sonichu official merchandise Twitter account trollishly claimed that they would have a merchandise booth at BronyCon where they would sell Sonichu merchandise and give 100% of the proceeds to the Organization for Autism Research. On July 16th, Jacob Sockness revealed that he was in the process of crafting a golem, or a living entity made of inanimate substance that would be brought to life via a 9-day sex ritual from the most evil book in his possession, which required semen. 2 days later,
I don't know, man. I can't tell. I can't tell about Jacob. I really can't.
Christine updated her Twitter followers with a new colored page from Sonichu issue 15, a remake of Sonichu and Rosechu's first kiss, as seen in Sonichu issue 0, which upon observation seemed to be heavily referencing the poses of the protagonists as depicted in Tricky's fan comic, Rosechu's Story.
Dude, Tricky's art is actually gorgeous
18th,
though, for real.
Christine elaborated on the updated canonical history of Rosechu's genitalia. For everyone who was asking about Rosia privates as they were back in 2003, she had both sets of parts, but all of the female internal parts functional. The female update happened when she had transformed from Raichu to Rosechu, though she still had the dick. As for other details, I have typed up the following before today to elaborate a bit further. She then shared screenshots of private text messages.
Oh, thank God.
Hey,
I thought they were going to
let
share
you know,
screenshots
help
of
me
what it looks
remember.
like.
Rosie kept her penis until early 2008. During 07, she found her dick beginning to become unnecessary and functional, so she decided to schedule to have it removed by Dr. Silvestrichu, one of the special Sonichus who is a very well-practiced, read, educated, certified, and qualified professional in as many medical fields possible. 2 days before her birthday in 2008, allow a day for initial recovery, so she would enter her day anew as a full-fledged woman. This is an important detail to know because I've been updating book 8.
I was gonna pause
where
and say
in the early
something,
part
but
of the
really,
book,
I
they
don't.
have sex on the
I
night
don't
of
have
November
anything to
3rd,
say at all.
2007. Her dick had become more dormant beforehand while still being existent inside her, practically not coming out to play or becoming erect at all anymore. And
Damn, I didn't know you guys could do that. You guys just retract that thing?
Thus, her ability to photograph herself the following day in response to the trolls who were doing all that shit against me and my Sonichus and Rosechus and so forth. So, yeah, not even Jason Kendrick Howell was getting free
Turtling?
talk when she pounced at him when she did after he flung a pickle at the back of her head. On July 22nd, the former enablers Sarah and Steve announced to Chris that they apologized for letting her down and hoped that the three could spend some time together in the future. They later on defended their previous actions, denying claims that they were quote-unquote fucking with Christine, and that they genuinely only wanted to help her and become friends.
Yep.
When asked, one of the pair answered that they lost their job, which put their proposed plans to move to Virginia and help Chris on pause, which upset Christine, in addition to their failure to respond to her messages, in a similar vein to how Chris had ignored Sarah and Steve before. By July 23rd, she had been updating her Patreon supporters with daily updates of at least one new page from Sonichu issue 15, with many suggesting that her seeming improvement in art style and high output of content was due to her tracing the panels from Tricky's Rosechus story comic. Chris denied the claims on Twitter. She admitted to using Tricky's art as reference for her own work and wrote that it helped her muscle
What a great time to come in! Hi, Yoro! Hello, Syndicate. Hello, thank you so much for taking your folks on tour. Hello, Taurus, Fligeshki. Hello, Taurus. My name is Lilybell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. I hope that your just chatting was great. I hope your stream was great. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say gates. But sure, if you know you're into it, I hope it was gay also. Yes. Hi, welcome in. Thank you so much. We are watching Christiana Comprehensive History Part 72 because I'm a little bit behind. I like to bash all the updates together and then watch together. We're also in the middle of my comeback funathon. It's my first day back. All the little rules are on the bottom. Yeah, we're going through it. What is that huge timer for? It's a funathon. Yup. It's a funathon. I hope you're doing well, Yoro. I love you so much. Big shout outs to Yoro. Yoro's one of the funniest people I've ever known. I honestly am remiss that I have not gotten to hang out with them yet, like outside of stream all that much, but I hope I get the chance to someday. They're just amazing. They're great music creator, lyric writer. They're so fun. They're such a great singer. And they're just so fucking funny. They're awesome. I love them. Mr. Spoos, thank you so much for gifting to Yoro. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we're going to continue with part 72.
Memory greatly by copying the fan comics panels, helping her improve her own drawing capabilities. She commended Tricky's art style, and that Chris's own dialogue-heavy comics were defensible since she had a ton of wisdom and thoughts to share. Tricky then addressed these claims on the Kiwi Farms, declaring that she knew for a fact that Chris was simply referencing her comic. She provided a still image from a video chat they had, which demonstrated how Christine had the Rosechus story comic next to the new pages she was drawing,
so in references.
hence referencing the artwork and not directly tracing,
Tricky's really going out of their way here
to
you know, make it
on July 25th, Jacob Softness revealed that Chris included the demon Jacoba,
Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Thank you for following.
Comic, depicting his death at the hooves of her pony characters, Mary Sue and Gary Stu. On that same day, Sockness wrote a vague tweet concerning a perilous quest, accompanied by 2 photographs of smoky apparitions caught in his apartment.
What? Wait, what? We've got some supernatural shit here? Hold on.
Sockness wrote a vague tweet concerning a perilous quest, accompanied by 2 photographs of smoky apparitions caught in his apartment. Chris replied, hinting that the 2 communicated in length concerning Jacob's possessions at the hands of demons and extraterrestrial entities, and his knowledge of the Rokat alien civilization from the Andromeda galaxy, taking Sockness's claims as truth and valuable research. Soon after, Jacob claimed to have shared a dream with Chris during a failed ritual, wherein he was with her in Quickville's mayoral office, along with Magi-chan.
Okay, but did
At
Chris
around the same time,
respond to that or
Softness
no?
revealed that he was planning a several months visit to Chris's house sometime in early 2020, when they would perform the ritual which would complete the dimensional merger. Also on July 25th, the Sarah and Steven Twitter account asked observers what they should do to help Christine if they had the power to do so, positing that she would disown them if they were to question her beliefs, and indirectly asked Chris if she really would.
Yes.
Around 2
the
hours
answer is
later,
yes. Why do you
they
bother
confirmed
asking?
that possibly after seeing their recent tweet, Christine
Oh,
unfollowed
there
Sarah
we
and Steven on
go.
Twitter, with the pair concluding that her mental health was too far gone to accept any form of doubt in her thoughts, though within a day, she refollowed their account. Later again, Chris shared a newly released album for which she drew the cover art by EDM artist Easy K, who interviewed her on a podcast along with artist Merriweather in 2017. In addition, one of her patrons, who ardently defended her and allegedly paid her $200 to order the production of a custom Sonichu medallion, was blocked by her on Twitter, and so then called Chris a repulsive person after all that they and others had done to support her mentally and financially. On July 30th,
I mean, here's the deal though, right? I don't know. I guess I can't say that because I was gonna say like, not necessarily they owe you for that. I mean, they owe you what they say they're gonna owe you, right? But like the whole, I don't know what Sarah and Steve are down for. Forget it. Don't even listen to me. Don't listen to me. What am I trying to do? Make the argument here?
At BronyCon.
Hello, everybody. Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again, and yes, I'm going to BronyCon this weekend from August 1st to the 4th, all 4 days. Getting there Thursday morning and so forth. But let's be real, all right? I mean, I'm not going to be welcoming of hatred or malcontent, and you're going to get reported to security by me personally if you do anything bad.
Unless you get reported first, bro.
And I'm not going to do anything bad, so don't make any stupid false stories about me or shit, or try to set me up even. That's plain stupid. Alright? Anyway, you know me better. I'm more pleasant, I'm more kind, I'm more honest and sincere and everything.
Why do they always have those gloves on?
Approach me kindly
Why?
and it's all good. Approach me badly and...
Why is this so long?
Approach me kindly and it's all good. Approach me badly and...
It's so long! Why is it so
Anyway,
long?
hope to see all the good people at
Oh
BronyCon.
my god!
Be respectful, be kind, be positive to each other. Have a good, safe day.
On
Okay.
August 1st, Chris declared on Twitter that she was currently driving to BronyCon, located in Baltimore, Maryland, some 140 miles from Merkersville, Virginia. She photographed herself wearing a hand-painted tiara made of wire in the shape of the Commodore computer logo.
Shaman, I
to
keep
signify her
getting
supposed
hours added. I don't
significance
even know
as the
how long
goddess-like
176
console
hours
patron
is.
unit of the Commodore
Hiya,
consoles.
hello, welcome back,
Soon
hon.
after, she tweeted again to say that she had arrived at the convention center. From the very start of the
I'm not
day,
even allowed at
she was
BronyCon.
greeted
I
by
have
many
nothing
people
BronyCon
who
related,
identified
bro.
themselves as her fans and asked to take selfies with her. For that day, she dressed up in costume or cosplayed as Chris, also known as Crystal, the playable character from the game Pokemon Crystal.
Hi, Jacob. This is Christine Chandler coming to you live from BronyCon. Here's to you being a good fan of mine. Cheers.
Hey, that's like a week. It'll be fine.
Also during the first day of the convention, she met with webcomic artist and YouTuber Ben Saint, who in 2016 made a popular video in the form of an educational lecture on the storyline of the Sonichu comic book
Okay,
series.
let's go.
On the morning of August 2nd,
Should we
Chris
watch that?
posted
I
a
feel like we
photo
should
of
watch
her
that.
hotel room and commented on her positive experiences of the first day of BronyCon,
No,
which included meeting with many kind fans and internet celebrities. For day 2, she donned her pony ear hairband, strap-on unicorn horn, and pink wings, which she first utilized during the 2017 BronyCon. Early on, she was filmed wishing rapper and YouTuber Billy the Fridge a happy upcoming birthday. The video was later included in a special YouTube compilation video to celebrate the rapper's birthday.
Hello, thank you so much. Thank you for following.
Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable
From
flight.
The Matrix to Silence of the Lambs panel, which featured My Little Pony-themed YouTube voice actors performing famous movie scenes as MLP characters, during which she placed her Nightstar pony plush doll in the seat beside her, as if to allow it to observe the panel itself. She also met with MLP artist Choco Pony, complimenting his comic, and gifted him a copy of the MLP-themed Sonichu issue 12-9.
Oh, great.
Later that night, Chris went
Wait
to
a
the
minute.
Grand
Hold on.
Galloping.
Let me see that. Holy shit. What the? That's crazy. I've never seen a shirt like this before. Oh, it's from BronyCon, I think. It says BronyCon official right there. Oh, okay, that
Issue
makes sense, actually.
12-9. Later that
Thank
night,
you,
Chris
anime
went
guys.
to the Grand
Thank you.
Galloping Gala
I appreciate
concert
it.
performed by costumed singers and dancers, where she and all other attendees witnessed two convention-goers getting engaged. After the show, she took a photo with the cast for a set fee. On the third day, Chris attended the TF2 Analysis Anarchy panel, chaired by a number of liked bronies with history concerning her, including Dr. Wolf, whose YouTube videos were the basis of a short Sonichu comic and Lego counseling video. Towards the end of the panel, Mad Munchkin, who had blocked Chris on Twitter, was proposed to by her boyfriend.
Okay.
A video of the event was filmed by fellow panelist Lightning Bliss, who had also blocked Chris on Twitter.
They had to just call out all these people who blocked them. I was scared for a second. I thought that Chris was gonna really confront them. Oh, fuck me. I thought that Chris was really gonna confront them. Nobody make fun of me.
Afterwards, Christine went to the Pony Origins panel, hosted by Bonnie Zachary, the designer of the direct precursor to MLP, the Hasbro-produced My Pretty Pony doll, and Lauren Faust, the creator of the latest generation of the MLP animated series, Friendship is Magic. During a question and answer session, Chris got the chance to ask Faust a question.
Great.
About human characters, especially Megan, and the relationship between the humans.
I want to know
and the
how many
ponies.
people there knew.
Did you think about wanting to do that originally for G4 in the earlier phases?
Hi, Moji. Hello.
Or did
Welcome
it just
in.
it was rejected initially, or not presented at all, and then later figured out for Equestria Girls.
What is the question? I'm really confused.
Early on in the development process, I had considered that Hasbro might ask me to bring in Megan. They never did, not even once, but I did have a little snippet of an idea, but I didn't need it, so I didn't really flesh it out.
Well, at least it all brought down the Equestria Girls. Thank you.
Sure.
I don't think these panelists actually know, though.
Chris afterwards gave to Faust a copy of Sonichu issue 12-9.
Okay, never mind. Now they're gonna fucking
She
know.
then met and photographed with Princess Celestia voice actress Nicole Oliver. Christine soon posted the photo of the two on Twitter, and many people in the tweets replies
She made the show?
alerted the actress
My
of
point
Chris's
is, she made the show. I'm saying that I don't think she really needs to know about Chris Chan whatsoever. You know what I mean? Maybe she does, but why specifically would she need to know about Chris Chan? So there's a high possibility she doesn't. She's probably just fucking busy, bro.
past deviancy. Oliver quickly went to Twitter herself to deny support or involvement in any disrespectful behavior.
Oh, God.
It was likely
That
during
sucks.
this time that
That
Christine
sucks.
was exposed to the fan-made trading card game Twilight Sparkle's secret shipfic folder, influenced by the internet-fueled concept of shipping, or imagining hypothetical relationships between fictional characters, and pondered
Why do you
creating
have to
custom
specifically
Sonichu-themed
choose
cards
this?
for it.
This is the the worst
On the
ship
night
of all
day
time.
3,
If you are a Raylo fan, no, I'm not there. Okay, don't let me know. I can't get into it. It's not specifically anything I hate. Just don't tell me because I can't get it.
Chris attended Brony Palooza, a concert featuring musicians from the MLP community. She took pictures of her Nightstar plush doll.
Damn, yesterday was a trip, dude. And these are the fucking photos. I didn't say I was yucking yum someone's yum. I said I don't have anything
enjoying
bad
the
against
show.
it. I just can't get it.
On August
Bitch,
4th,
what
a
you
couple
think?
of convention
Hello?
goers joined Christine in her car and drove together to a burger restaurant for lunch, where she talked about the dimensional merge and a
Oh,
new
great.
supposedly magical crystal she acquired, and showed off the binder filled with hand-drawn Sonichu comic book pages. On the drive back to the convention center, Chris played the mobile game Pokemon Go on both of her phones simultaneously while
While
stopped
driving?
at traffic lights.
Oh, well, stopped at traffic lights,
Upon
which
the
is still not
conclusion of the
good, technically.
convention, she reflected
Pretty
on Twitter
illegal.
that she may have been
think.
recognized and approached
Probably.
by around
I don't know all of
200
it.
individuals, and thanked them
Hello?
all for allowing her
Thank
to
you so
see
much for following.
sincere
Welcome to
kindness
Label Air.
and
Hope you have a safe and
appreciation
enjoyable
from
flight.
everyone. Later on, she retweeted a post commanding fans of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic TV show who would still continue to love it even after it concludes upon the completion of the current 9th season. Christine, though, added that the animated series would not end until season 14, as was apparently told to her by the actual characters of the show.
Amazing.
She soon after shared
Amazing.
photos
That's
of her
great.
purchases, which
Amazing.
included autographs from many creators and actors present. Some Kiwi Farms members suggested that Chris spent over $1,000 during her stay at BronyCon.
Otaku Pony Complex. What does that mean?
On August 5th,
What
Chris
is-
wrote a multiple tweet thread regarding her difficult day. Okay,
Ah,
the following I will
classic.
only
A
say and type
classic.
one time, so listen up, everyone. I had a rough outing today, and on the way home, after starting the van, I'm whammed in the face with a sulfuric odor. Ugh. Silvana and I confirmed that there is now something wrong with the air
You know what? There's always something. There's always something.
conditioner, so we will have it checked at the local auto repair soon. Also, while hardly any noticeable damage has occurred, I hit the bumper of a parked truck in a parking lot while I
How?
was thinking about the next stop in our set of errands.
Oh my god.
I promised my mother pizza, so rather than risk my life with the van, I go onto my Papa John's app and order a pizza. Guess what happens? 20 minutes later, no delivery, and the tracker confirmed that the order was
Where does
cancelled.
this story
and we had
start?
the
Where
cash-
does it? There's 3 things going on right the fuck now all at once, okay? Firstly, there's something wrong with the AC. You hit a bumper, and apparently it was bad enough hitting a parked car's bumper that you were worried about risking your life to pick up pizza. And then this pizza is getting canceled. There's so much going on all at once.
to pay for it.
What
so
is
I
this, a
try
Lily Bell
second
stream?
Time. 5 minutes later. Cancelled! Then on the 3rd time, I used my debit card and put a note on there that it really was me personally making the order, and I gave them my new phone number that time. They called me, and the manager of the local Papa John's where the order was placed, he informed me that there was no way that they
sounds
were going
about
to
right.
come to this address
Sounds
to
about
deliver
right.
ever again. Hangry, I felt like I needed to sort
Oh,
this
no.
out in person and
Oh,
face
no.
to face on the matter of principle. I start to head out, and what happens next? Albemarle County
Oh,
Police
it was
car
a hit
drives
and run!
in. This was in
They
response
hit it
to the
and ran?
minor damage hit. There was no
How'd they
visible
know?
damage at all on the other vehicle, and yet this happens.
I guess the
making for
other
whipped
people
cream
saw
and
it.
cherry topper to the set of torture I have had to endure. I told the guy what happened, and my mother, being more calm than I was able to be at the time, we sorted it out, gave him our
Yeah,
insurance
CCTV
info,
maybe.
and he went on his way. But I vented loud and proud. And after the damn unrequited arrests and dogpilings I've had to also endure from Albemarle County Police, I kicked his car 5 times. I have always wanted to do damage back at them for years, and it finally happened. And it felt
Alrighty,
so
bro.
karma level zen and good. But I digress.
Alrighty. Dude, I'm surprised they
After
didn't
the
get
cop
fucking
left, I made my way to
arrested
Papa
for that.
John's and told him about my day and being hangry. He showed me something revolutionary. Page after page of calls and orders from people pretending to be my old phone number and my home address, and all of them voided. I risked my life in the van at this point going out now. But, do you all know what this means? This address has been food blacklisted because of you bored pranking trolls and haters. I can only imagine and theorize how far this goes. I'll even bet that no matter from who or where I order from, even if I paid personally and in full, no food will be delivered here ever again. Even in times when I don't have an available vehicle at all, or even able to use @Uber, which, by the way, they suck. Their app sucks. It does not work for me. You haters may laugh at yourselves now, but you all will be laughing out the other side of your face when fate, destiny,
What
and
does that
karma
even
smacks you
mean?
hard and rough. Even possible, I'll have a tangible lightning bolt in my hand, and we'll see if you survive being paralyzed or worse. But, again, I digress. Despite what has happened, I actually feel like things are coming full circle. I feel successful. I feel like I was well heard and listened to. Oh, bonus! People saw Sylvana Rosechew and Crizel Rosechew fully visible and tangible by my side today. And the fact that we'll never ever receive any prank order pizzas here again. Yep, I feel successful. As for you prankster and hating lot, I hope you feel proud of yourselves. I could be without a vehicle, and no food will be delivered here, thanks to you lot, you cruel, dirty scum. Deep breaths.
Deep breath,
calm mind,
and
meditate.
meditate.
That is all I will say. I feel like I got out a lot of stress today. Thank you. Lightning bolt, blue heart, lightning bolt emojis.
This really makes me not want to use a blue heart ever again, ever in my whole fucking life, ever. I'ma do it, cause, you know, Lilybell Blue, but it's so... I know I'll never use a lightning bolt. I'll fucking say that. Jesus. Okay.
Not long after, Chris updated her followers writing that she ended up receiving the pizza she had paid for with her debit card and returned home safely. From August 8th, Christine began uploading new Sonichu
I don't know,
issue
it couldn't have been
14
that bad if
pages,
you hit a
which
parked
largely
car.
functioned as an embellished, lightly illustrated diary of her experience at BronyCon. She highlighted that she was accompanied by her alleged spouses, Magi-chan and Crizel, with whom she danced
Thank you for
at the
following.
Grand
Welcome to
Galloping
Label Air.
Gala,
Hope you have a safe and
as well
enjoyable
as an
flight.
unknown guy and gal. Also on August 8th, the former enablers, Sarah and Steven, made their presence known on Twitter again after a lengthy absence.
And Jacob is
entertaining
hanging
the
out with
idea
them
that
too?
the dimensional merge may necessitate
Corgo
certain rituals to be
100 never
performed
using
in
a
order for
lightning
it to
bolt
commence.
again? I guess you
Jacob
gotta
Sockness
get a different
agreed,
hairstyle
revealing that
lower.
Magi-chan needed to transfer
What?
into a host body.
Mrs. Psychic,
with the
thank you
help
so
of
much for the
Sockness's
biddies. I
alleged
appreciate
magical
it. Thank you.
powers.
Wait, what does that even mean?
The next day, Chris tweeted a dream-inspired musing. I'm just putting this on here. Just heard in a dream. What do you call a Happy Meal
Where are you guys
served on
finding
Monday?
me?
Cold bananas.
Thank you so much for following. Welcome to
On
Label Air.
August
Hope you have a
11th,
safe and enjoyable
Jacob
flight. Where
closed
are you
his previous
finding me?
fundraising campaign and launched a new one with a $3,000 goal to support his trip to Christine's house, where they would complete the merge, canceling his previous eBay scheme for the moment. Jacob wrote in the description, I'm planning to visit Christine and need to fund the trip and actually have some fun over there. I have big plans for my BFF, Christine, and the dimensional merger. There will be some fur flying for sure, but let's hope not.
What does that mean?
I have dreamed of meeting my true idol of worship and finally be able to
Where
assist
are
her
they
at the
coming
peak of
from,
my
bro?
occult power.
Wait, hello? I mean, hello, welcome.
Thank you for following. Welcome to Lilybell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Where the fuck are you guys coming from?
Stockness also
Okay. Alright, hold on.
where they would a new one with 11th.
Okay.
Jacob closed his previous fundraising campaign and launched a new one with a $3,000 goal to support his trip to Christine's house, where they would complete the merge, canceling his previous eBay scheme for the moment. Jacob wrote in the description. I'm planning to visit Christine and need to fund the trip and actually have some fun over there. I have big plans for my BFF, Christine, and the dimensional merger. There will be some fur flying for sure, but let's hope not. I have dreamed of meeting my true idol of
Why
worship.
they say let's hope not? Isn't fur flying supposed to be? Don't you have like a Chris King?
Stockness
Fur
also
flying
hinted
sounds like it's
that
a
Sarah
sexy
and
thing,
Steve
no?
could also join him on his trip, a proposition to which they were open. Also on that day, Christine wrote in length
fur
on
flying
Twitter
is
that during
fighting.
BronyCon,
Oh, well,
she supposedly met
I
with
fight in a
one
different way,
Grizzly
I
the
guess.
Medic,
Shit,
a
no, I'm
member
just
of the
kidding.
Brony community who was recently revealed to have been a sexual predator preying on
Oh,
minors.
God.
She elaborated that he was cosplaying as a BronyCon security guard and identified himself to Chris as a big fan of hers. They took a photo together, even though she did have a bad feeling about Grizzly the Medic's demeanor. Further
Oh,
on,
okay.
since
I
Grizzly
get it,
was
Miss
20
Spiky.
years
Thank
old
you.
when he sexually conversed with a 14-year-old, Chris questioned the rightfulness of outlawing sexual relations between an 18-year-old individual and someone under the legal age of adulthood. Now, I am not by any means standing up for or defending Grizzly, but think about it. You're in high school,
What?
senior year. You've just turned 18 years old, but before. Then, it was okay for you to date that hot 15-year-old cheerleader or jock, as you had been doing for a few months beforehand. Now she/he is super off limits. You turn 18, regardless of gender or gender identity. Everyone begins to see you as an adult. There are factual case points where mentally you are still a teenager, not yet fully into adulthood until 21, where that mindset is where everyone puts you at when you turned 18. I empathize the transition from going from dating most anybody within your classroom range, not counting the faculty, to where you may as well be having a difficult time finding your new sweetheart/soulmate. I never got to date or experiment like that.
What is happening? What are they actually trying to fucking say right now? What are they trying to fucking say? Hello?
With anyone during my high school years. Hell, I still wish they'd offer a dating education class alongside sex ed, but that never crossed my mind. I was naive. But in this later age, I can empathize and compare with those I had witnessed from others around me back
Hello,
then
welcome in,
person,
Obsidian
as
Fury.
well as what was
Fury,
heard of in
sorry.
televised
Obsidian
media.
Fury, welcome in.
It makes one feel like in these states, there should be a grace period from after the day of turning 18, like wait until high school graduation before you would have to ditch that cheerleader or jock's phone number for good, or something. Pondering it further, the suppression that gets instilled upon us at the numbered age date, and those of us who missed out on being amongst the popular ones who honestly were able to brag about. I made out with Jeremy under the bleachers during the big game against Milwaukee. Or, Jessica and I enjoyed a Pepsi and a couple of chili dogs before hitting the showers by my room and making passion behind my lenient parents' backs. Essentially, missed opportunities! Doing things in efforts of fitting in and finding your place in the social hierarchy that was limited within the high school walls and zones, which all are super bogus to everyone. Feeling like you needed to have sex before turning 18, or some local talk crap like that, just to feel popular like the hip crowd there, or some Sigh. It's with the few people who feel so deeply missing out of these things from their respective pasts that they feel needlessly urged to make up for lost time by rocking the teenage cradle or something. Frustrating? Yes, just frustrating to everyone. Again, I'm not standing up, defending, or even remotely condoning what these pedophiles have done. I'm just offering empathized perspectives that puts forth a few points on how they can come to be flawed in this way, also realizing and taking into account the possibility of local family history that might have scarred them for life, that hit them later on, and similar. These situations can be prevented to help these individuals find solace and ease into taking on their new age-restricted norm they are forced to endure upon turning 18. Because when you think about it, we all wish we got a chance to do what we wanted to before hitting the big 18. The age of consent system on that is not perfect. and now we have the responsibilities to catch these few people for the future of the communities and the kids. Also on August 11th, Christine posted 2 photos of herself.
So obviously, they're trying to say specifically, catch me first before I fuck shit up. That's what they're saying.
And a new kitten that
What
had
the
entered
fuck does
her
that
life,
mean?
naming her Posse. She soon elaborated that the kitten wandered into the home from the leader of cats in their backyard, while Chris's mother was washing the dogs. Some concerned individuals who knew of Chris's living situation and past deaths of her cats allegedly reported this latest development to the Madison Green Humane Society, a no-kill shelter for abandoned and homeless cats. On August 14th, through her alternate Magi-chan Sonichu Twitter account, Christine announced, playing the part of Magi-chan, that he had successfully made his way fully into the real-world dimension.
Congratulations, Magi-chan! Wow!
Promising to release a video update soon. Magi-chan soon clarified for a curious follower that the video address would be recorded after certain confidential circumstances were taken care of. The next day, when a Twitter user asked Christine what she did all day, Magi-chan replied on her behalf, stating that Chris took care of the household, went out as needed, and did a bunch of heavy lifting.
Welcome back.
In
I'm
addition
sorry
to
for
her
you.
brain
I'm sorry for
working
coming.
between
I'm sorry you had to
dimensions
come back
and
to
worlds.
this.
He also wrote that Chris kept herself clean and proper, making sure to deal with her excessive perspiration when it arose due to tense situations. The artist, Ben Saint, then posted a tweet with a photoshopped image of Christine wearing a t-shirt designed by Saint in support of the 2020 US presidential election candidate, Andrew Yang, with
Can we put Chris Chan into a shelter or something?
Mr. Psyche, thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate it. Sorry, when I paused it, I didn't think it was for that. When I paused it, I was just, wow, we're here. We're in 2020. That's dangerously close to now, okay? To now, alrighty? And
Magi-chan denying the endorsement. Saint afterwards asked Magi-chan to consider voting for Andrew Yang, as this policy may increase Christine's monthly payments from the government and enable her to leave Magi-chan. Magi-chan wrote back that he was not amused by Saint's so-called meme, and was confident that Chris would never leave him, and that the Simpsons cartoon series character, Lisa Simpson, would become president of the United States.
Woo, Lisa!
Chris then went to the online chatting application Discord
welcome
to change her
in.
username from Chris-chan Sonichu 1982 to Magi-Chris-chan Sonichu 1982. Over on Reddit, Jacob Sockness wrote that Chris called him while her
Thank you
body
for
was
following.
allegedly
Welcome to
under the
Lilybell Air. Hope you have a
control
safe and
of
enjoyable
Magi-chan
flight.
and sounded fatigued. On August 16th, the supposed Magi-chan wrote a tweet thread reflecting that upon reflecting on Christine's past tweets, he concluded that the numerous brony analysts who blocked her in early 2019 did so on the basis of misunderstanding her past posts on Twitter as being malicious. He claimed that he personally spoke with TF2 Analysis YouTube series member Dr. Wolf, who agreed to allow Chris to become a member of the show
Still
for
watching
a short
it.
while. She drew a picture celebrating her achievements, which Magi-chan believed was seen by the analysts in the wrong light, and so promised to ask Chris to make a new apology to them upon her return from Quickville. He also urged the brony analysts to go to the Quickie and read through her archived past tweets starting from August 2018, linking to the Quickie article noting the events in Chris's life in the year 2017. After Christine supposedly returned from Quickville, she went to her own Twitter account to address the fact that the MLP creators who had blocked her at the start of the year apparently feared her and thought that she had malicious or even murderous intent, and denied she ever thought this way. She apologized to the creators for all she had said and done to have made her seem malicious, and promised to not talk about the matter ever again. Chris prayed that at a possible future convention, they could all meet on mutual good vibes. Also on that day, MLP voice actress Andrea Libman shared a section of the illustrated children's book Love You Always by Robert Munch and Sheila McGraw, writing that she considered the part of the story where the elderly mother still loves and holds her adult son like her baby to have been creepy. Magi-chan agreed with her sentiment. Further on, still
knowing what we know. You know?
Hey Lily, news to see you again.
Thank you, Mars. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for continuing your first class also. Okay, let's get back to that part real quick. I mean, the rest of this is just fodder,
Good
okay?
vibes.
But this
Also
part
on
right
that
here.
day, MLP voice actress Andrea Libman shared a section of the illustrated children's book Love You Always by Robert Munch and Sheila McGraw, writing that she considered the part of the story where the elderly mother still loves and holds her adult son like her baby to have been creepy. Magi-chan agreed with her sentiment. Further on, still
That's it. Full stop. I mean, they found it creepy, but I think the main part that is the fact that Magi-chan, quote unquote, Magi-chan, agreed with it, with us having the knowledge of what we know, right?
Still posing as Magi-chan, Chris wrote that he helped her color in new Sonichu pages, and revealed that Christine was working on a Sonichu expansion pack of cards for the Twilight Sparkle's Secret Shipfic folder card game, for which Magi-chan allegedly contributed artwork of himself. On August 17th, Jacob Sockness tweeted that he wished that Christine would manifest herself in front of him during his rituals and see how their relationship will develop in person, revealing that since her energy has hugged, touched, and tickled him, Sockness wanted to be able to tickle her back. He attached a doctored image of mid-2000s Chris laying on his bed as Jacob hugged him from behind. He also showed pictures taken in his dimly lit apartment, showing himself performing a ritual and what seemed to be apparitions of alien beings observing from a distance. Later on, Sockness went to Reddit and made a post in his personalized forum, or subreddit, dedicated to worshipping Christine's message, Cult of Quick.
This is really close.
He wrote that he had performed a ritual with the attempt of summoning Chris's soul into his self-made golem and protecting her with his powers, which included dripping his own blood onto a photo of Chris that was placed on top of the golem. He purported to have felt
I don't want to.
energy
I don't
peak
want
in
to.
his
No, I don't want to
apartment
pause
and
there.
gave the golem a kiss.
I don't want to pause
Over
there.
on Twitter, Jacob.
Okay. This, I can see the point now of somebody saying, earlier, I think one of you guys said Jacob is dangerous. I fucking get it. All right? This is a murder ass type shit, bro. This, for real. Really. This is some murderous ass type shit. Genuinely, this is terrifying.
Jacob elaborated that the summoning ritual did not successfully cause Christine to materialize in front of him, but the doll did have an alive feeling to it. He vowed to sleep with it to see if anything further would happen. On August 18th, the alleged Magi-chan, claiming to be in control of Chris's body, uploaded his first YouTube video on Chris's YouTube channel, recorded 3 days prior.
Good day, everyone. It is I, Magi-chan Sonichu. I have taken possession of Christine's body, as we have swapped bodies. Her soul is in my body, as you can see right behind me, on the opposite side of the dimension curtain.
This is a VTuber, what the hell?
As definitely backed up by Christine's second phone. It's August the 15th. Which, on that note, should be the day I have uploaded this video, originally, long before I made it public. You could definitely tell that it is I as opposed to Christine.
No.
Not only in the vocal tones, but also my behavioral patterns.
No. That is very Christian. I'll tell you that.
The dimension merge continues to progress.
No.
An event will happen very soon where my body fully comes into this 1218 dimension. And I will be swapped back with Christine. And everything will definitely further progress from there.
Hey, do any of you guys remember that one character bit that I had where I put on a fucking monocle and then I played Toontown and I spoke in a fake British accent? You remember that? Do you remember that? You remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
It is quite different being in a human body, as opposed to my science body.
Yeah, you're right. It was a real fucking British
Especially in
accent.
the brain.
Thank you, Leighton.
My
Silly
brain works a
Bell.
lot better. This brain, it needs work, but I am working on it. I am improving.
Magi-chan procures a fidget cube and holds it in her palm. It wobbles as her hand moves slightly, but
Wow.
ultimately fails to fall out of her hand.
Oh my god!
Well, that aside anyway, still working on it.
That's so embarrassing! That's
She's
so
got power.
embarrassing!
I'm helping her find it.
This is literally, I'm an anime girl online. I've said a million fucking stories about my entire life, and this is still more embarrassing. I've done so many embarrassing things, and I would be way more mortified if I did that.
And she's borrowing
my
my power
God.
too. She'll be making a journey very soon to progress everything there is. We will all be able to see and coexist with each other very soon. At least at this point, our wisdom, intuition, and other thoughts are able to be shared in this realm. So take that as you will. Be good. Be safe.
8th grade syndrome? Isn't that Chuny? They call Chunies, right?
Be kind and take care of each other.
As the prophesized dimensional merge continued to elude her in her time of need, and used by those with ulterior motives, boosting her beliefs
Wait, that's actually such a good shirt.
so as not to break the bond. After years of being tricked into believing alternate realities, it seemed that there was no one who could break the cycle and bring her back to reality. The stage was set for new players to enter and perform
Thanks,
the
Yalo.
roles that only Chris wanted to see.
It's amazing. It's genuinely amazing. Like, I wish I could have even an ounce of like legitimate escapism enough for this. Because the amount of like self-escapism they put themselves through is just it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? I need to use the bathroom real quick because I've been trying to drink more water. I've only drank like one bottle of 24 ounces so far. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Also, thank you so much.
My name is Lily Bell. Welcome to Lily Bell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Thank you for following. Welcome to Lily Bell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight.
Be right back. Alrighty. I'm back. That was the end of part 72. Thanks for staying. Whoever could stay, whoever had to go. Congratulations, you've escaped from more Christian. Woo! Hello! Thank you. My name is Lilybell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Right now I'm doing a funathon, actually, as you can see that giant fucking timer for. Today's my first day back into streaming, and immediately we have Christian. Yeah. So for my funathon, you can see all the rules on the bottom there, and then every 2 hours that's added, biddies and donations are double the minutes, but every 2 hours that's added is an extra spin on the wheel. Actually, can I show the wheel here? Yeah, we have a fun wheel. Is it too big? That's what she said. We sorta have a fun wheel. Hold on, let me see if I can X out of this and you guys can see it like that. Yeah, we have a fun wheel here. It has a bunch of, gotcha stuff, like some punishments, some rewards. There's food challenges, loot box giveaways. There's fucking elbow reveal, legit ribbon, community games. I have to take the SATs again. There's you choose my pizza. It's plenty of fun stuff. So there you go. Thanks. We have an hour, 2 minutes till the next one. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Let's move on to the next one. Why does it keep doing that? Is it on purpose? It's definitely part of the video, part of the intro, right? Yeah, it just gets worse and worse. It's so crazy. It's so creepy.
This is the story of Christian.
Dude, that shit should have been deteriorating a million years ago, bro. It should have been deteriorating like freaking half the parts ago.
On August 18th, 2019, Christine, while masquerading as her supposed husband, Magichan Sonachu, who had supposedly possessed her body, shared on his Twitter account the word of focus, according to her Word of the Day app. Luminary, defined as a person who has attained eminence in their field, or was an inspiration to others, claiming that he and Christine were such luminescent individuals. Magichan instead could have inspired others to check out this video's sponsor, Atlas VPN. The virtual private network is running an amazing campaign where you can get a 3-year subscription for only $1 and 83 cents per month, plus an extra 3 months for free if you visit the link in the description. One of my favorites out of Atlas VPN's many features is it allows you to access geo-restricted content on the likes of Netflix, Hulu, or HBO Go, which will differ or may not even be available depending on the country you're physically in. So with just a click on their simple user-friendly interface, I can.
Welcome to Lilybell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight.
To offer. What's more,
yeah, definitely earned it. I don't feel so bad about it.
Privacy snooping, as well as blocks links, ads, and trackers of ill repute from trying to steal your data, allowing you to explore the internet safely on an unlimited number of devices.
What's even crazier, I think, about Christian is the fact that because we were waiting for all the parts to come up, we already read some of the letters they've been sending out from jail, right? And so here, it's like all the crazy shit that's happening. They haven't even gone to fucking jail yet. And in jail, there's so much, bro.
On August
so
19th,
much.
Comic artist and YouTuber Ben Saint, who had previous links with Christian lore, asked Magichan about an alleged city in Dimension C197 that was harnessing the power of slime for endless gang violence, a concept Saint created and used in his own comics and online community. Magichan took his concerns seriously and quelled his troublesome worries. Magichan claimed that there will not be any post-apocalyptic scenario caused by the slime, for he had foreseen, checked, double-checked, and rechecked all possible timelines. On August 20th, Magichan wrote that there was a falsified death certificate for Chris's mother, Barbara, that should not be trusted, for she was still alive and well. He later posted a new photo of Barbara to validate his claim.
Is Barbara still alive and well now?
Inquired whether Barbara had been told that Magichan had allegedly taken over Christine's body, Magi-chan wrote that she had, and had taken it very calmly, without any emotional outbursts or stress. Another user
Dude,
commented
that's gonna be
that
a
her
fucking
reaction
crazy
may have been
update.
due to her suffering from dementia, a claim that Magi-chan refuted. When asked if Barbara could swap bodies before she passed away, Magi-chan replied that it was possible, but she was instead fated to
Bye,
have
Mr.
a
Psychic.
quote-unquote
Thank you,
dip from the
sweetheart. Have a
fountain
good
of
one.
youth. On
Get a
August
good gym in.
22nd, he tweeted about the Japanese concept of otaku, or people who heavily invest in their hobbies and have very little social life. Magi-chan admitted that despite the messiness of Christian's room prior to the house fire of January 2014, in his own way, he made being an otaku
Damn. Chat just got called from Gino.
cool for
Otakus?
present and future generations.
Shinobi, you and
However,
I, same brain.
unlike other otakus, Christine was able to become a social butterfly in recent years. He further wrote about how Chris was an accidental trendsetter, as seen, for example, in her Nintendo game Animal Crossing documentary video from 2003, which may be considered as one of the first ever Let's Plays, and also her dance with Magi-chan at the 2017 BronyCon. Magi-chan applauded those who
I don't
lived
watch
their
anime.
lives
You don't
while
have to
changing
watch
from
anime to be an
introverts to
otaku.
social butterflies.
Otaku's literally
On
just
August 24th,
doesn't have to
Chris,
be anime,
under the
bro.
guise of Magi-chan, wrote on Twitter that he was listening to the YouTube video series
By the way, that song, Tell Me Why I So Need a Cute Girl My Age. Yeah, I have a cover of that on my YouTube channel. I did it last month, I think. There you go. If somebody can drop that cover, please don't let my trauma go to waste, bro. What do you mean what? Bento, get it together.
Chan, a comprehensive history made by Gino Samuel 2.1, which documented Chris's life in detail. He alleged that according to the information in the videos, Christine successfully predicted the conception of Sonic the Hedgehog games that were solely released on Nintendo consoles.
I'm listening to the comprehensive history playlist. Ooh, okay.
Later that day, Magi-chan wrote on Chris's
Yeah,
behalf
Virgin was
that
right.
she was currently watching part 4
Thank
of the
you, Dull Spoon.
Comprehensive
I
History
appreciate it.
series, which addressed Christian's friendship with Megan Schroeder. He corrected the claims made by Gino Samuel that Megan had introduced to Chris.
Can you imagine? Can you really imagine being Gino Samuel and having this happen to you specifically?
And Sailor Moon, and that in actuality, Chris had watched those animated series during his childhood and teenage years. The next day, Null, the administrator of the QB
Damn,
Farms,
Null's still
revealed
here?
that Chris had suddenly messaged him. The contents of her texts were not revealed.
I thought Null
but
stopped
claimed
doing it
that Chris
because
became
their
upset
wife
because
was
he
upset.
refused to refer to her as Magi-chan. Chris's thoughts and actions made Null sad because it reminded him of the mental decline of Terry A. Davis, a computer programmer with a strong following on QB Farms who
What?
suffered with schizophrenia, who
Oh,
after struggling with
no.
homelessness had apparently committed suicide in
Oh,
2018.
I'm a white man. I wrote my own fucking compiler. I'm not a nigger like Linus.
Oh!
On the 26th, Christine briefly returned to her main
Okay,
Twitter
never
account
mind.
to reply
Never
negatively to a
fucking
Twitter
mind,
user
bro.
with a protected account
Okay.
who posted about the final episode of My Little
Okay.
Pony, Friendship is Magic, the conclusion of which Chris rejected.
With the hard
Members of
R,
the QB
bro.
Farms theorized
fucked
that
up.
it was because the
That's not
protected
right.
account had approved Chris to follow them. And
My bad,
not
I did not
Magi-chan,
know.
Hence why she had to switch accounts to relay her message. On August 27th, the supposed Magi-chan revealed that he had finished watching Gino Samuel's so-called chronological history series on Chris-chan and wrote a tweet thread regarding some past events which allegedly involved him. I will attest in those moments when she played split personality. Back then, I was in her mind. I was trying to talk to her, including, "I want out, Christian," and "Christian, we both know what we want. We should let us out." The comments under that video, as mentioned in part 17, I typed those, personally, while in mild possession of her at the time. I was the Christopher in that back and forth in those few videos. Also, when she was younger than 7 years old, I talked to her through her nose talking, working as her vocal conscious. I have always been ever present and as guiding and helpful as I could possibly be from the C-197 side of the dimensional curtain. I could not get through all of the time though, and I knew she was. Fated to learn the difficult way through the many trials and tribulations with the online ships she had. I felt crestfallen every time when she recorded herself gay-shaming, and I cried when she used the Bible verses to back it up. I tried to tell her then, "It was a freaking parody, Christian. You were not supposed to take it serious," on the Leviticus quote.
I love that of all the things, that's the only thing they wanted to like defend out here. Or not defend, but like the only thing that they wanted to specifically mention that they were trying to get them to stop, right? Of all the fucking things. Because there was more than just that, Magic-chan.
Inspired by that Family Guy moment.
Hi,
When I
Bryce.
typed in the
Nice to
comments
see you
of that
again.
music video, I was feeling frustrated. I have always known she was a bisexual. I wanted out in being free to love her as she was then, as well as being fully in Dimension 1218. She subconsciously knew she was bisexual, but she had felt
Thank you for following.
really
Welcome to
upset
Lilybell
and
Air.
adamant
Hope you have a
about
safe and
herself
enjoyable
back
flight.
then. And the fact that the haters were throwing various labels upon her, aside from and including gay. Had no one called her any of the gender identity terms alongside the other negative adjectives, at CPU_QuakeSonichu would have more likely realized, understood, accepted, and come out as bisexual and trans woman a lot sooner. Clear a throat.
Hey,
Deep
Jaxu.
breaths. That is all
Thank
for
you.
now.
Welcome in.
Thank you. Purple heart. Lightning emoji.
Wow.
Later that same day, Chris as Magic-chan joined the dedicated Christian worship forum or subreddit, Cult of Quick. On the
Wait, but this has to be like an not actual worship, right? This has to be like parody worship, right? Right? Okay, thank God.
side Reddit as a moderator, asking other members to share their stories of how Christine had positively affected their lives. The next day, Christine returned to her own official Twitter account to retweet a tweet from philanthropist Bill Polt, who voted to grant $2,700 in cash to a random person that
Honestly,
retweeted
I
his
always get
message.
sussed out with these
Later
quote-unquote
on,
philanthropists.
She went back to her Magic-chan account and followed
Is it-
the account
you know what I mean?
representing Jabba, an agency
I don't
serving
know.
elders, caregivers, and their families. A Twitter user then wrote to her that it was acceptable to admit
Legit
that
for
she
real?
no longer believed in things she did as a child and did not
My
have
bad,
to make
gotta
up
pause to
justifications for
follow?
her
No, I'm just
changes
kidding.
of thought. Magic-chan wrote that Chris realized this and would make sure she addresses this topic once she returned
Thank you for
from
following. Welcome to
California.
Lilybell Air. Hope you
When
have a safe
asked,
and enjoyable
Magic-chan
flight. Why
elaborated
is my fucking
that Christine was in Magic-chan's body in California, accompanied by her alleged spouse, the Pokemon Mewtwo, completing more events regarding the dimensional merge. Also on that day, Magic-chan, while possessing Chris's body, wrote on the online chatting application Discord to Chris's supporter, Jacob Sockness, that he thought Jacob looked sexy while wearing a certain one-piece pajama. They went on to discuss a proposed trip to California.
Thank you for following. Welcome to Lilybell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight.
I'm not Christian, okay? They had to travel to California, okay?
Where Chris would meet up with Sockness. Finally, the supposed Magic-chan privately messaged Gino Samuel on Twitter, letting him know that the 20-part series at the time helped not only Christine, but Magic-chan himself in better recollecting the events of the past, and letting go of the negativity associated with the trolls before 2014. Magic-chan reflected that she has come a long way in her character development and thanked Gino for his work, looking forward to future videos. On August 29th, when an inquiring Twitter
Gino
user
got the-
asked
Gino
for
got
an
the fucking
update of
thumbs
the new
up for it,
kitten
bro.
posse that had wandered into the Chandler's home about 3 weeks prior, Magic-chan revealed that in spite of their best efforts to take care of her, the kitten passed away.
Every single kitten
Barbara
and cat
Magic-chan cried for
died.
her, even though
Every
he
single
apparently
one.
foresaw that the kitten would not survive for very long. Soon after, Magic-chan posted a drawing he apparently made of Sonichu and Rosechu playing the MLP card game Twilight Sparkle's secret shipfic folder. On the final day of August, Magic-chan shared a new fundraiser on the site GoFundMe, made by one Alan Christopher, a fan of Chris and romantic admirer of Jacob Sockness, who resided in the United Kingdom. The $5,000 goal fundraiser was apparently to fund Christine's participation in Christopher's book series that would aid charities and programs supporting people with learning development problems. Part of Christine's duties in the project were set to be travels to the UK and Japan. Throughout early September, Magi-chan continuously posted new custom cards that he and Christine made for her upcoming expansion deck for the card game Twilight Sparkle's Secret Shipfic folder. Some of the artwork was credited to Chris, while the others...
Hold on. Oh, okay. I thought... Wait, hold on. I thought that...
Secret Shipfic folder.
Because I didn't see red jerk off, right? And I thought that they just named them brown jerk off for a whole other reason. Just, you know what I mean?
Some of the artwork was credited
I thought it was
to
full
Chris,
racism,
while the
okay?
others bore
But really,
Magi-chan's
it's just whatever they
signature.
fucking wear on their shirt.
On September 2nd, the supposed Magi-chan shared another fundraising campaign
Dude,
posted on
this
the site
picture!
Just Giving
This
that was also
picture!
created by Alan Christopher, which purported to be collecting funds for Christine's trip around the world with Christopher and his friends, in addition to creating more comic books. The next day, Christine resubscribed to the Patreon page of noted My Little Pony creator Dr. Wolf.
Where are you
This
getting
drew
the money
attention
for
of
it?
Some of Christine's own current and former Patreon funders, who criticized her for spending most of her time conversing with Jacob Sockness and even contributing to other Patreon creators, instead of paying attention to her own financial backers. On September 6th, Magi-chan reported that Barbara had her van checked and found that it needed repairs that would cost them $1,000. He asked for people to donate to Sockness's fundraising page for his proposed trip to Chris's house, hoping to use the funds for the Chandler's personal matters. Jacob agreed on the arrangement. This tweet raised the attention of one Righteous for Quick, a Twitter user purporting to be a supporter of Chris Chan, masquerading as a feminine LGBTQ-inspired take of the Halloween movie franchise villain Michael Myers, who warned Christine to be wary of Jacob Sockness.
Listen, this is always a terrible idea, but also it's genuinely true. Jacob is terrifying.
Righteous would also post edited videos on YouTube praising and seemingly deifying Christine.
What? 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 No! No! Don't look! Oh, don't look! I don't want to see it! Jump scare? Please stop! Please stop! Please stop! Please stop!
In order to encourage people to contribute to Sockness'
That was terrifying. That was genuinely terrifying for me.
GoFundMe page, Jacob shared a 4-month-old Reddit post that he wrote, purporting to be a transcript of a channeling session during which Magi-chan was said to have been controlling Jacob's body. Followers dismissed the conversation as a forgery solely conceived by Sockness, as Magi-chan's speech patterns did not match those as seen in his tweets or YouTube video. However, the purported Magi-chan on Twitter denied that during the session he was calling Christine her hubby, but rather her honey, but forgave the misinterpretation, as channeling and telepathy were tough skills to master.
Thank you for following. Welcome to
On
Label Air.
September
Hope you have a
9th,
safe and enjoyable
Magi-chan,
flight.
allegedly controlling Chris's body, joined the private Discord group for Sonichu
No, I don't
Mania,
watch horror
devoted
shit,
to
bro.
a team of
Come
amateur
on.
developers who sought to create a mod or downloadable feature to be implemented into the game Sonic Mania Plus, which would allow the character of Sonic the Hedgehog to take on the appearance of Sonichu, amongst other proposed additional cosmetic alterations. Magi-chan proceeded to answer questions from some of the members of the Discord, with one commenting that the concept of all original characters existing in the alternate universe, even if they were simply thought of by the creators who did not commit their creations to the physical realm, and that infinite universes contained infinite universes themselves, defied the laws of physics. Magi-chan told the Inquisitor that it was best for them to throw
Lily
logic
Belcher
out the window
28.
and to not overthink the
Thomas,
details
thank you
of
for the
how
biddies. I
and
appreciate
why.
it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
On September 13th, in response to a Twitter user asking others if they had any guilty pleasure waifus, or fictional typically female characters that one romanticized, despite some glaring negative traits, Magichan wrote that Chris's parents, Robert and Barbara, while they were still developing, were his waifu. He singled out Barbara as having been a guilty pleasure waifu, while Bob was said to have been a successful
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
model in Dimension 1218. On September 14th, Magichan declared that Christine had just returned from California with Mewtwo and would regain control of her body soon. Shortly after, Chris returned to her own Twitter account to announce that she had regained control of her body. She then posted a lengthy pre-written account of her travels, noting that while in Magichan's body, she ran from Virginia to California. Along the way, she met up with her old friend, Anna McLaren, who initially was startled at hearing Magichan's voice telepathically. Afterwards, Chris and Mewtwo traveled to Jacob Sockness's home, who was said to have been civil and kind. Christine admitted to
this
have
was
been
in the
horny
other...
and sensual, and so she leapt into Jacob's body pillow fashioned to look like her, which allowed the two to hug each other. Chris then recounted her further travels and adventures,
This is in the other
which
dimension, though,
fighting
yeah?
off demons summoned by Jacoba, the demonic entity introduced to her by Sockness. Also on the 14th, the Sonichu Mania developer group held a 3.5-hour livestream on YouTube discussing the game Sonic Mania Plus and their development of the Sonichu mod. Christine joined them 44 minutes in.
Well, I've been here. I'm here. Hello, hello.
How are they even allowed to?
Howdy.
So, Christine, how have you been?
Been doing pretty good. Been doing all right. Magichan and I have been swamped. Been in church bodies the past month. I just got back from California, and boy, is my soul tired. Tell you what, here's a voice. Tell you what, Sanchu just completed a level. Here's your sample from me, just a direct thing. All right, zap into the extreme.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
No, you belong in Minecraft dimension. You're a creeper.
That's actually pretty good.
Do you refer to him as Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik?
Most of the time I go with Robotnik, because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
If you want to call him Eggman, that's fine, but also, just in jest, spell his name backwards. Kinto Borer, nah, I'm gay. Nah, I'm gay. You say it slowly, that's what it sounds like.
No.
Nah, I'm gay.
Do you have any, preference on, for the Sonichu?
I just, I don't know. At the same time, though, if I was in a VC and Christian came in, I, too, would just be it. I don't know if I would ever kick them out, bro. I don't. You know what I mean? It's fucked up, but, I have no idea. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking your folks on tour. Hello, tourists. My name is Oliva. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. I'm so sorry you're taking your folks on tour right now. We're watching Christian, A Comprehensive History, Part 73. Can't spell coom without Can feel coom with I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That's... Anyways, thank you so much. I hope your stream was good. Yeah, I hope. Yeah. Welcome in. We're watching Christian. Thank you so much for taking your folks on tour. Oh, Honkai Star Rail. I keep everybody and their fucking mother is playing it, so I'm really interested in playing it. But I'm so behind in Genshin already that I'm just still thinking about it. Anyways, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any preference on who you would want to take Tails' place?
You take me and my Sanchu form, Christian Sanchu. I'm replacing Tails. I got the psychic power, so I can levitate.
Okay.
Is
People
JRPG
in the
Genshin?
stream chat are like, yo,
I don't usually play JRPG, that's why.
It's like he time traveled.
This is not Blue Spike. This is not Blue Spike. I personally confirm it because Blue Spike is dead. Good night, everybody.
Does this sound like a dead man to you?
Can we get a shout out to Gino Samuel?
Gino!
Gino, I liked your series.
Ooh, Gino!
To imagine Chan watching it and me catching up with it mentally. It's a good series and it reminded me of The Bad Troll. Worked well. At least you didn't offend me too much.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's just doing the series for like documentary's sake. I don't think he doesn't want to be mean or anything.
Technically, Gino.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see that.
I feel
He
like
is.
it.
Oh my! Now I'm trying. Now the brain's trying to remember one where it said something. Where Gino Samuel had said something. I think he was stiltily singing a song.
More like JRPG Honkai. I've never played Honkai.
More recent videos, not number 21.
At that time, there was 21 already.
From my father when he answered the phone in part 21. They weren't expecting my daddy, but they got him.
Oh, speaking of your family, how's Barb?
He's doing very well. He's actually quite capable for her age and everything.
How old is she now
The
at that time?
Mania group then quickly
How old was
deleted
that 3
the
years
stream
ago?
and abandoned the project, but Kiwi Farms members managed to archive the stream in time and soon re-uploaded it onto YouTube. It was at around this time that Chris joined the Place Discord group, populated by a small number of enablers who vowed to win her trust by encouraging her beliefs and would in turn aim to protect her from malicious outsiders.
Oh god.
The Discord included Chris's online friend, Maker Nightfee, Not, an alleged longtime minor troll of Chris, Kyle, also known as Nova, a worker at a suicide hotline, and YouTuber The WCT, invited to join by Not, who is making a multi-part series covering YouTuber and mass murderer.
It is,
Randy
isn't it?
Stair,
That's
inspired by the
Genshin?
Chris Chan, a
I thought so.
comprehensive history documentary
Genshin?
series
I don't know if
by
God used
Gino
Genshin.
Samuel 2.1. Other members who held a less active role in communicating with Chris were Kiwi Farms moderator,
Okay.
the American Hedgehog, and Quickie administrator and former man-in-the-pickle suit troll, Marvin. On September 16th,
Still?
in response to Ben
Still?
Singh's musings, Christine wrote a series of tweets reflecting on her infamy. Everyone seems to be compelled by me, especially the Christorians. Any outsiders, and I, being meta, end up wondering why. My earliest online content was a fan at Pokemon website, Quick's Pokesite, mostly my more than 2 cents on Pokemon and the TCG. Eventually,
I thought that the term Christorian really was, I mean, I guess it makes sense that Christian would know the term Christorian, right? But I've been watching for this for so long that I almost think, I know that Christian is doing stuff. It's just, at the same time, I really truly don't feel like this is the same fucking timeline in my life. That literally miles away is Chris doing whatever the fuck they are doing. You know what I mean? That in some possible way, they have access to me watching this right the fuck now. Oh, they were the one that did it? They were the one that said the term first? Okay, because people are calling me a Christorian, and I thought it was just like kind of like a funny thing that all these other quote-unquote Christorians do. But now hearing them say that shit, it makes me feel uncomfortable. He took it from others. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Right, but it's still just like, that's the deal. That other people were like, oh, the newest Christorian. And I was like, haha, very funny. That's a good one. But hearing them actually use the term Christorian, okay.
I added my Sonichu book pages online. The drama happens with me. The locals take observation and later tell the stories and comment online. Before even the Yep, I'm on TV DVD on February 24th, 2007. The video content was light and spontaneous, and most of the future uploaded videos
Don't
I
call
made
this a
end
fandom!
up featuring rants, shoutings, and crap that would frighten anyone shitless. I recall that there was a mythos
Thank you
about
so
me
much for
online.
gifting
Myself,
to Sonichu
Chris Chan,
1982. Thank you.
I was an OC
Chris knows
in my
now?
own
I don't think
stories.
so. I don't
Was
think Chris
real in
is
this
checking
reality
fucking
that is
Twitch,
Dimension
bro.
1218, and then I was confirmed in late 2007 with that blurry photograph of me in a moment of great shock and stress. And everyone ended up making fan fictions about me, my family, my peoples, city, nation, and my Pokemon, including Sonichu and Rosechu. In a sense, while I already had my own chronicler, my DC superhero self-counterpart in Metropolis, the Quick Cyclite. Everyone here in 1218 was all up in fanficking me, indirectly and directly attempting to alter my own life and decisions, as well as those around me, who mainly originated here. Why is everyone compelled to follow me? The answer simply is that you all just do, in fated events, destiny, or whatever. Me? I have known all of my life I was special for some reason, counting being first-person perspective camera 00000000001.
There it is. This is them genuinely
learning,
starting it.
I'm developing. I
I
keep
feel
getting
like.
stronger, better able, smarter, and powerful. And out of all the fanfic chaos of me up till now, is it any wonder, as some of you put it cleverly, that Magichan, I, and everyone else of C197 needs to do a bit of retconning? Just something to ponder over.
You know what I mean?
Lightning
This is
bolt,
them
blue heart,
starting to really
lightning
believe that they're the
bolt
first
emojis.
person.
On September 18th, Magichan apparently returned to Twitter to inform his followers that he was continuing to converse with other people, many of which from the Kiwi farms, and vowed to visit the site's administrator.
Oh my god, you probably
soon.
could get a Christian
2
AI,
days
bro.
later, Jacob
If somebody
Sockness
has
wrote
access
that
to a
Christine was
Christian
allegedly
AI,
planning for
could you
a
let me
lot of
know?
fun for the occasion of his supposed upcoming visit, and that Barbara's birthday during the trip would be better than all 77
White
that came
Knight,
before it.
blue heart.
A seemingly concerned
Okay.
Twitter user urged Christine to wake up to Jacob's arguably manipulative tactics. He denied manipulating her, but admitted to telling her lies that made her feel good, looking forward to write on whatever may transpire in his book series concerning his experiences with channeling sessions and knowledge of demonic entities and alien civilizations. Later on, after Ben Saint began featuring Chris's unicorn self-counterpart character, Nightstar, in his comic, Christine acknowledged that Saint's storyline concerning Nightstar and Maleficent Slime in New Milwaukee in the dimension C197 was actually happening. Over in his private Discord, Ben Saint revealed to his followers his plans to keep Christine satisfied with the way he incorporated her characters into his comic, hoping to eventually lead to Chris
Or maybe
drawing
just like a
characters
chat
or
bot.
elements related to Saint's comic as part of Sonichu lore. Later again, in response to a tweet reply thread
Amazing,
featuring
Romani.
people seemingly fetishizing
Amazing.
people with autism,
Thank you.
Chris replied that she was taken aback by the tweets, but also not surprised by it, given the average and not average traits of people on the autism spectrum, and that she foresaw the tweet coming. On September 20th, Chris wrote,
Holy crap! What? Seriously? Autism has become a fetish to some now? Actually, thinking it further, that wouldn't surprise me, given the average and not average traits. This tweet came out of nowhere and spoofed me, and yet
and that
I
she
had
foresaw
foreseen
the
this
tweet
tweet coming. Fated to be spoofed. Fated to be spoofed.
On September 20th, Chris wrote a lengthy tweet thread
This shit is ridiculous,
explaining why
bro.
Nightstar in Ben Saint's comic behaved villainously. 2 days later, Saint shared 4 new panels for his slime-focused comic, depicting an attack on what appeared to be the World Trade Center Twin Towers of New York City that were destroyed on September 11th, 2001. Chris reflected that 9/11 was not fun at all, and reminded Twitter readers that the images were in fact of the Twin Towers that were in New Milwaukee in the C197 dimension, which were fortunately completely devoid of people. Christine then joined Ben Saint's Discord server, which also included Make a Night Feed. Also on September 22nd, Chris shared an online petition calling for the production of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic Season 10. On September 23rd, during Ben Saint's livestream on the streaming platform Twitch,
Hi, Sumi. Good
members
morning.
of the Place Discord strongly
Sorry you
discouraged
came back
him
to
from
this.
interfering with Chris's life and attempted to blackmail him.
I get it. People are mean to Chris. That's
Chris,
I get it.
Chris is very malleable. Chris
Sure.
is real friends. The less people that know about Chris, the better. To be honest.
Cat's out of the bag, my dude.
Yeah, I get that, but it just doesn't help.
No, I don't want to do anything to hurt Chris. I promise. That wouldn't be funny. Okay, these people on Twitter, they're in there and they're like, "Oh, Ben, Quit playing along with Chris's bullshit. She's delusional. She's crazy. She needs to go to a therapist. She needs help. I'm here trying to give her tough love. Because I'm gonna fucking fix Chris and make her sane again.
It's a theme, okay?
And these people are fucking monsters. These people are nightmares. I hate them. They're just there to abuse Chris. I'm just trying to have a good time, alright? I think Chris is fun. I like her. Sounds
honestly
cool.
prefer that you not do it at all because Chris is a person and doesn't deserve to be trolled constantly.
I'm not trolling.
Guess it was good. Thank you, Suvi. Thank you for
Chris
asking.
explicitly told me that she liked the crossover. She liked the idea. She wanted to see it. So I'm making it. How is this trolling? This is nuts.
It just sounds really manipulative and not very nice because the way you're putting it anyway sounds really douchebaggy and I don't like it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He claimed on Twitter that their intimidation was for naught since he had no money. During this time, Saint was continuously posting new panels for his comic story, which notably featured Nightstar. This drew criticism from Jacob Sockness, amongst others, who felt he was using Chris's intellectual property for profit. Christine, however, told Jacob to settle down, since Saint was doing no harm. On September 20...
It's really... I feel like both sides aren't chill. Like this whole like white knighting, group of enablers. They're not, well, I guess, yeah, there it is. They're enablers, A. B, I don't think they really have that interest in heart either. I don't think anybody... I don't know. There's no good... Nobody. There are really no winners. Yeah. There's no winners. I mean, this is very human, right? But it's just awful.
25th, Jacob Sockness posted on Reddit his itinerary for a one-way trip by train from Oakland, California to Charlottesville, Virginia on an undisclosed date in the year 2019. Accompanying the picture, Sockness wrote that allegedly both he and Christine were tested negative for sexually transmitted diseases.
The idea that there possibly could have been a tape made and all of this.
And that he planned to video record themselves having sex and keep it private, vowing to destroy Chris's ass like carpeting bombing Germany in World War II.
Tell me a bedtime story. Christine.
Members of the QB Farms managed to match up the arrival and...
Sorry, I need an extra just bit of time for that one. Man. You ever like feel like you need to zone out for a good second? You know what I mean?
Departure times of the connecting trains on the trip to a specific route that would bring Jacob to Charlottesville at 7:01 p.m. on Saturday, September 28, 2019. Forum users debated whether or not to inform Chris or the relevant authorities about Sockness's arrival. Sockness then privately messaged Christian-centric YouTuber Gibby, revealing that Chris said she loved him and possibly wanted to be his girlfriend. When Christine heard that Jacob was likely already on his way to her via train, she was convinced by members of the Plays Discord to ask him to turn back, and then recorded a voice message for her followers.
Aren't they part of it,
though?
This is
Christine Weston Chandler signed you, and I extend this message out to all the individuals who are actually not just all bark and no bite, wanting to intercept Jacob Sockness on his trip to Virginia, or at this point possibly back to California, because I'm pretty much going to tell him that the visit is off.
I don't think that they're going to stop,
I want
though.
you all to intercept and talk with him. Thank you.
Chris then shared the recording along with a series of tweets. I'm just beating myself up over this, but I feel compelled to say something now. Yes, I did indeed tell Jake to return home. And yes, I made the following recorded statement. I have had a really rough day yesterday. My soul, aura, vibrations, and psychic senses were hopping the walls with me. I even fainted, and Mewtwo had to possess my limbs to get me from my desk to bed. I crashed and slept for a few hours. And then to hear the more recent statement of him, and my body just extensively heating up, counter-arguing. As I could, but I just could simply no longer overlook the red flags of faded warning. When your body gets hot like a macargo, and it hurts,
what the
you
hell
do
is
not
that?
ignore
What's
it.
a macargo?
Besides which, my senses and psychic links have been seriously going off and on like crazy recently. So mainly, on that, I ultimately chose to send Jake back home, and I made the statement to make sure he gets the message. I'm really sorry, Jacob. As much as I do love and care about you, it is simply too soon. Not long after, Chris wrote that it was fated and decided that Jacob return home to California, and that there would be someone waiting at the train station in Chicago to hand him a return.
I don't know why, but I mean, it's good, right? It's good that they don't meet. But for some reason, I'm also curious.
Ticket. Sockness afterwards claimed that the itinerary he shared was faked, and that he was in fact coming to visit Christine around Halloween time via plane.
Alright, well don't fucking say
On
that shit
September
now, bro.
26th,
Hello?
Chris wrote an alleged message from Sockness's alter ego, Michiro, directed at Sockness. Michiro stated that even though the journey to Chris's Sonichu temple was an escape from the evil influences of the demonic Jacoba, his alliances with certain nefarious characters served as a reason for his need to return back to California and to rethink his decisions. Christine then relayed to Jacob that she felt terrible for telling him to go back home because she loved and cared for him. She added that she was not in the best health situation to take on a guest, and that even though she was immortal, she could still feel pain. Jacob then tweeted that he would terminate his Twitter account since his involvement with the dimensional merge.
Oh my god! Wait, but you guys just said that Jacob is still tweeting now, right?
Ended in failure. He then turned to Twitter user T. Gasper, who practiced dark magic.
Oh, say, what did I fucking say? What did I fucking say? I said you guys were right and said this guy was dangerous, right? Because you just said right there, if I'm going to be accused of being evil, I'll do evil. This for real is their villain origin.
And proclaimed that he would be Sockness's mentor. Jacob then sought to summon chaos in the aftermath of Chris's rejection. The following day, Sockness confessed that he was in no position to cause any harm to Christine. He admitted he got angry earlier because he tried hard to prove to her how much he loved her, such as spending $1,500 of his own money and losing 30 pounds of weight from stress and exercising, only to be rejected because of the actions of a troll. He promised to try reach her again with a friend at some later point. Chris then confirmed that Jacob was on his way back home to San Francisco. On September 28th, Christine wrote on Twitter that she was feeling better, but still very vibrational and psychically sensitive. She added that she was aiming to attend the unofficial My Little Pony convention, BabsCon, with undisclosed friends, set to take place in San Francisco.
This one is just, more processing. That's all.
Francisco, California, in April 2020, and was estimating the total cost for the journey to be $2,000 to $3,000. She added that an official donation link would be later posted, and shared her personal PayPal donation link in the meantime. Jacob Sockness reflected that her attendance at the convention would fortunately allow the two to meet. A concerned longtime follower of Chris wrote that she should instead focus on paying off debts and saving up money instead of begging for it from fans. Chris then logged into her Magichan Sonichu Twitter account to write that the family were paying off debts the best they could, and that Christine's attendance in BabsCon had been fated to happen, so they could use the financial help.
The joke?
Another
It's not about you.
I'm
telling Krishan to shut up. Every single time Krishan asks for more money, I just
should instead be
deck him
used
in the
to
face,
contribute to a certain fundraiser to aid a baby's medical treatment. Chris replied, still under the guise of being Magi-chan, but mistakenly on her own personal account, writing that they should not say that they've talked to Magi-chan if they did not in actuality, insulted by the trolling but not malicious habits. The user wrote back that they did not realize saving a child's life was a troll move. Christine in response then donated $10 to the baby's fundraiser.
Amazing,
also
bro!
At around this
Amazing!
Time, the Magi-chan account began acknowledging one.
They really dude, they really out-thought that through. They were like, oh my god, you're not gonna save a baby? Amazing! Actually, this is what we wanted. This is what we genuinely wanted, bro.
Helena G. Fiorenza, who would post photographs with her drawings of Magi-chan placed into the scenes, posting as if she was interacting with him. Magi-chan confirmed that Helena did, apparently, meet with him. On September 29th, Ben Saint continued to draw more panels for his comic, which he colloquially referred to as the Night Star comic. Members of the Play's Discord then confronted the alleged Magi-chan controlling Chris's Discord account about the comic, asking if Saint was paying her any royalties for using her character. Magi-chan then revealed that she was working on a 15-card expansion pack
I'm an
for
asshole.
the Twilight
Stop chilling.
Sparkle's Secret
People are gonna
Chiptech
not
folder
come.
card game, which chronicled the events of the slime invasion in Arizona, as written about by Ben Saint. When accused of theft, Magi-chan defended him, given that he shared the panels for free on Twitter. But he had a Patreon which Magi-chan claimed was meant to fund a different comic project, even though Saint explicitly stated in the Patreon page's description that it was meant for the crossover project, combining his own and Sonichu's universes. On September 30th, Christine was witnessed arguing with a bot, or user-like automated system on Ben Saint's Discord server, which would output written outcomes relating to Saint's comic's malicious slime entity based on other members' commands. Finally, Ben Saint posted further comic updates, to which Magi-chan responded, reminding Ben and his readers that the comic was not a Night Star comic, and branded Saint's depiction of deaths and abuse against his own original characters, Phantom Horn and Strawberry Milk, as madness and cruelty. He felt that the slime was badly affecting Saint's judgment. Ben replied, writing that after peeling back the veil between dimensions, he was simply depicting actual events, regardless of how violent they were, but was confident there would be a happy ending for his characters. On October 1st, Chris wished her mother a happy and safe 78th birthday, posting a recent photo of her. They celebrated by eating at the Wood Grill buffet chain restaurant. The next day, she posted new artwork featuring Ben Saint's characters, Phantom Horn and Strawberry Milk, mentioning that Saint's chronicling efforts were falling behind those of Christine, who, with Magi-chan's help, had just completed the Arizona Slime expansion pack for the Twilight Sparkle's Secret Chiptech folder card game. She proceeded to post the artwork and description for her original cards, focusing on Night Star and Chris-chan Sonichu's involvement with Saint's characters, and the complete and peaceful cleanup of the malicious slime in Arizona via rains of bicarbonate of soda and sugar. On October 3rd, the supposed Magi-chan asked users of the Play's Discord
thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hold on, give me a second. I know what that fucking thing is. Hold on. Is that? Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to see how it all works. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to say your name because I don't know if you want to say your name, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $25 donation. Yes, sorry. I know words. It's fine. Hold on. Let me add 50. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. I think, yeah. Okay, we're really close now. We're really close. Because what was it? We're really close to another spin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And also to everybody here. Yeah, I'm doing a funathon. I'm doing a spinning funathon. Spinning wheel funathon. It's really kind of you, though. Thank you so much. Okay, we're back.
Financial gain. The others told him that he was. After listening to their input, he decided to then message Ben privately on Twitter, letting him know that the slime had been cleaned up, and vaguely criticized Saint's use of Chris's characters for financial gain.
Pardon.
In return for his greed, Saint was asked to send at least $300 to Christine's PayPal account to help fund the printing and sending of the Arizona slime-themed Twilight Sparkle's Secret Chipfic folder expansion pack. Magi-chan closed by writing that he and his alleged spouse Chris were expecting a large donation from Ben within the coming weeks. Saint then shared these messages on his Twitter account and added new comic panels, claiming that the people needed slime to survive, and what Chris did was akin to genocide. Christine wrote back that the people would instead simply return to being human. After receiving numerous messages from other users, Saint made a post crossly ordering everyone to refer to Chris with she, her pronouns. Also on that day, Alan Christopher founded another fundraiser to help Christine get to BabsCon, with a goal of £4,000 sterling. On October 4th, the conglomerate toy and game-focused company Hasbro announced a 10th season of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, continuing the storyline of the cartoon series, though as a comic book-only iteration. Christine expressed her displeasure at the news, demanding that seasons 10 to 14 have to be animated for TV, as the protagonists of the show apparently commanded, and that the next generation of the show could not air until the completion of Friendship is Magic.
And then what happens
season
when they
14.
do?
Later on,
What
Ben
happens?
Saint, in a possible attempt to antagonize Christine, continued to post new images of the characters in his comics, suffering and dying from slime eliminating rain that Magi-chan and Chris created, pleading for her to stop it from falling.
Okay.
Chris, mistakenly writing as Magi-chan on her own Twitter account, clarified that the
All right,
rain
give me
had
just a
stopped
second. There's
falling
only a
and
little bit
everyone was
more. There's like
recovering,
another
and
5 minutes.
acknowledged that
We can
those
watch the
that
rest
had
of it,
died
okay?
were
But
the
thank you
worst
so much, Cowboy.
individuals.
Thank you
Magi-chan
for the
told
biddies.
Saint
I
to
really
stop his
appreciate it.
meaning
Thank you
and
so
harping
much.
on the subject,
SAT
because
or
his
data.
attempts at
Okay,
playing with Magi-chan's
thank you
emotions
too,
did not
slightly.
work. Ben also tried to provoke Chris
Slightly a
on
little
his
bit later.
slime-focused Discord server,
Thank you so
in which
much,
Christine
Cowboy
was a
and I.
member,
Thank you.
role-playing as his alter ego, the Cop Killer, claiming that the rains had killed
What?
over 70,000 people
What?
and that Chris was spreading propaganda denying wrongdoing. On October 7th, she updated her Patreon supporters with new custom cards for the Twilight Sparkle's Secret Chipfic folder card game. Several patrons were angered by her first significant update in a long while, which consisted of cards that were only played by a minor
sake of the
subset
vibe, we get
of the
change
Brony
activity. Could you
community
re-roll?
and were not updates
I mean,
to the
hopefully we
Sonic
don't get
comic
change
books
activity.
like they were expecting. Also on that day, Christine took an online personality test,
Oh, well,
both
that's
as
not good.
Magi-chan and as
Oh, well, that's
herself,
not-
and
okay.
found that they were both protagonist personality
Oh,
types.
that's not
though
good.
Chris
That's
was
not
found
good.
to be more
That's not
turbulent.
good. That's not good. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that.
On October
That's not
9th,
good at all.
Chris responded to
Uh-uh.
a work of fan fiction concerning Sonichu and the character
Uh-uh,
SNT, created by artist and YouTuber Project SNT, which was written by OpusCon789, who was also Kiwi Farms user Something Random 987. After Project SNT streamed herself reading through
I
some
think
of
you
the
know what I
story
am,
on
Axel.
YouTube, Chris and Magi-chan finished reading it themselves and reflected that the events in the story in fact happened in dimension R687 and criticized the author of the fanfic for failing to understand Chris's intentions, taking things out of context and grossly exaggerating. OpusCon789 also needlessly warped the minds of SNT and her creator, but as Solace was
I'm the
recognized
same,
for their
okay?
talents in seeing into other dimensions. For the reckless actions involving OCs from dimensions C197 and 1218, Chris declared that karma would bite their sorry ass for the great amount of damage they had wrought, noting that dimension R687 was a great mess, where DC Comics superhero Batman laughed at everything his arch-nemesis, the Joker, said. Christine closed by noting she would not sue OpusCon789. Instead, Fate and Destiny would complete and supervise over their punishment. On October 10th, after spending several days of drawing and scanning original Sonichus and Roastchus based on her online friends, Chris combined them all into a single doctored picture, depicting the supposed launch party for her new deck of cards for the game Twilight Sparkle's Secret Chipfic folder. 2 days later, she addressed her haters who criticized her for making custom trading cards instead of the Sonichu comic books that people on Patreon paid her to continue. Chris wrote that people should be glad that she was making canonical Sonichu merchandise in the meantime before she resumed making more comic pages. Christine continued to live in her own world of idyllic illusion, though supplanting her famed comics with trading cards, perhaps to harken back to his younger years of playing trading card games. But now, instead of seeking the thrill of winning matches, she was enacting fantasies of matchmaking and romance with characters of her own design, controlling a game of love over which Chris herself had no control.
Dude, the way that Gino Samuel does our outros is just ridiculous every fucking time. See, if Gino Samuel wrote me a poem, I would not fucking trust it. It's not personal, Gino. It's just like it, okay? All right, give me 2 seconds. I need to be right back. I need to grab some more water. I was hungry, because all I had today was soup and alcohol. So I had a bag of chips, or I had a bag of, like, the Skinny Pop you guys buy me. And then I accidentally inhaled. And that's why I've been, like, coughing. I gotta, let's just get some water, you know, go stretch and all that shit. We have one more part to go before we're fully updated with Gino Samuel. And then after I come back, I will do my spin. Thank you so much again to Cowboy and I'm for the biddies. Thank you. And also, thank you so much for donating. I'm not going to say the name because it's not, you know, it's a name. But thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, be right back. Okay. Back. All right. I just wanted to point out also this, let's support Gino Samuel. You know what I mean? And watch his he's working on an Antarctica documentary. It's pretty fucking crazy. And this is the teaser trailer. So
Mother Nature is a cruel mistress. For every instance she brings water to quench the thirsty, she blows in a frosty
Gino Samuel
wind
also
to
does
bitter
music.
the cold.
Just
Man
wanting
has
to
been
do a
so
quick
bold
shout out
as
to Gino.
challenge her might, and even some of the most hardy and equipped have faced her, only to never return. This is a tale of one such encounter between a band of resilient men and their maker in her most hostile of worlds. A story that shall live forever. A venture which tested the limits of human hardihood, endurance, and courage.
Oh, that was like a year ago. What the fuck? I didn't know that. I guess, oh, the teaser trailer was a year ago. But, I mean, this video is a month ago. So this part 73 one was a month ago. Okay, it's time for Picker Wheel. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Thank you for another wheel spin. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. So that it shows up the way I want it to. There. Da, 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 da. Thank you so much to everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be back. It's so great to see you guys. Thank you, thank you. Alrighty, new Docky cover. Woo! Wait, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Congratulations, you guys. Yeah, that was a good one. Congratulations on getting your new Docky cover. I'll probably work with another person for this one as well. So hopefully we can get it out soon. Damn, that's exciting. Okay, all right, sick. Sure, I'll make it full screen so it's easier for me to... There we go. I'm gonna make this full screen. Docky! And if you guys want to see the most recent, the Dockies I have right now, yeah, that's the link for them. Thank you so much. My fucking VTube studio fucked up on me again.
Fascinated? This is the story.
Okay, great.
Of Chris Chan.
It's caught up. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Alrighty. This is the last one before we're caught up with the series. I usually like to like wait
15th,
until this moment where I can watch
Christine
a bunch all at a
shared
time.
link on Twitter to a page on the fundraising site GoFundMe, which aimed to gather funds for her trip to the My Little Pony themed convention BabsCon. A Twitter user asked why did she not get a job instead to make money, to which she wrote that she was unemployable because of online haters, and that she was already constantly employed as a goddess.
True. They definitely would not get fucking hired.
To reply that she would be fine if she left the internet and got a job pushing trolleys at a supermarket, and that she was not unhireable, but lazy instead.
Honestly, that's not true. I mean, maybe at that time it was different, but now for sure it's like they went to Walmart and they're, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I don't think so.
Chris wrote back that she was not lazy, but busy instead.
That I don't
Kristen
believe.
blocked her critic. At the same time, artist Ben Saint continued to develop his comic story to focus on slime and slime-based characters, much to the dislike of Chris, who told him to go back to making stories about Saint's original characters, Phantom Horn and Strawberry Milk. On October 16th, Chris's devout follower and love interest, Jacob Sockness, proposed that she should remove all tiers on her Patreon, wherein people paid less than $20 per month.
Yeah, but there's a lot of tiers that you're not even sending anything.
He then vowed to pay for the orders himself, disregarding his trip to her house to instead try help her get the household out of debt. Later that day, Christine notified her paying supporters on Patreon that she managed to catch up with back orders of Sonichu comic books to be sent to her patrons, though she skipped the personally signed requests. As recompense for those who had paid for signed copies of her books, she would send to them her custom-made Sonichu-themed expansion pack for the MLP-themed trading card game Twilight Sparkle's Secret Ship Fic
What's the
folder.
actual issue here?
During this time, Christine continued to busy herself creating more original cards based around the Sonichu universe, including one dedicated to Sturbanchu, a Sonichu created by the Idea Guys, and Robert Chu. The Idea Guys influenced Sonichu incarnation of her father, Bob Chandler. On October 19th, Chris commented on an update to a comic created by one of her enablers, Rosie Lilichu, which focused on Lilichu's original character, Liliana,
like every single address
that she would prefer to see more than the
send one out to
month
each
of the
one right now
story,
anyways?
as was declared by the artist. Also on that day, a user on Reddit posted about his and his brother's
Way to do that. Way to do that.
Chris commented on an
one
update
page
to
per
a
month, and
comic
each page
created
will be
by
in
one
this
of her
thread.
enablers, Rosie Lilychu, which focused on Lilychu's original character, Liliana, writing that she would prefer
If
to
you
see
can
more
post
than
a
the
page
one
more
page
than
per
once
month
a
of the
month.
story, as was
You
declared
literally
by the
don't
artist.
post any pages,
Also on
bro.
that
And
day,
people pay
a
for that
user on
shit.
Reddit posted about his and his brother's experience with meeting Christine when they surprised her with a visit to her home, posting a photo they took together. He mentioned that she smelled a little like marijuana, though it is unconfirmed whether she was partaking in the substance again at that time. The Reddit user later posted an audio recording of their meeting on YouTube.
Hey, you Christian Chandler? Yes. Hello. We live in the area. Sorry to bother you, but we've been fans for a few years and stuff, and
Thank you.
thought we'd kind of give some gifts.
Definitely not fans. Definitely not fucking fans,
it's nice
bro.
to meet you, dude.
If you have a full audio recording, you're not a fucking fan, bro.
Anyway, how you been?
Been doing all right.
That's cool.
Been doing very well, you know.
What is that noise behind them?
Yeah, I heard
It
about
sounds
the
like, yeah.
situation with the guy. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Oh, well, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
It's all cool.
we're all looking out for your best interests, and you definitely had our support, so.
I love your blue eyes.
Oh, appreciate it. I like your blue and green eyes. They're really cool.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, anyway,
Oh my god.
is it cool if you get a selfie or something, or?
Oh my
Later that day,
god.
according to messages she sent to her friend via Discord, Chris's mother, Barbara, began experiencing high blood pressure and asked to be taken to the emergency room of a hospital, where it was determined that there was nothing wrong with her. Chris believed it was a combination of stress and the incoming magic energies of Dimension C197.
Oh my god.
Also on that day, Jacob Sockness wrote that he was not destined for a normal life, as he was currently chasing after his love, who was also a goddess.
I don't know. I just
over
don't
the
feel like
internet.
if you like
Chris wrote
record
that she too would
audio
not have
that
a normal
necessarily
life,
you're
asking what normal
I don't know.
truly
I guess
meant.
maybe not. Maybe not.
Jacob
Maybe
then
I'm
shared
too
a
paranoid.
photo of two individuals cosplaying
Woo!
as the Marvel character Deadpool and horror movie icon Michael Myers, respectively, asking if he and Chris could kiss like that during their attendance at BabsCon. Christine replied that she did not want to cosplay as Deadpool or a zombie, but was open to kissing Sockness in the future.
Oh, hey, Cracks.
Sockness then posted
Hello.
photos of certification
I have an audio
certifying
recording of
that
doing
he
a
was
meet and greet with
free of
Ollie? That's
sexually
different.
transmitted diseases for her.
I
At
also
around the
would get
same
an audio
time,
recording of doing a
Twitter
meet and greet
user
with Ollie if I was
Righteous for
allowed.
Quick, a supporter of Chris, posted a combined photo
I guess
of
maybe I'm just
himself
paranoid,
wearing a
bro.
Michael
Ollie's
Myers
not fucking
mask
Chris,
with
Sean, I'll
makeup
tell you
on,
that.
and Christine standing against the transgender flag, taking part in the Twitter hashtag campaign to declare that trans rights were human rights.
We're on part
Righteous later
74,
created
so the
his
most
own
recent
card
one.
for Twilight Sparkle's secret chipfic folder depicting himself, and directed Chris to it on Twitter, but did not receive a response. On October 25th, she received her new custom-ordered decks of cards for the MLP-themed game containing the cards she designed.
Wait, the trading
Also
cards
on
actually
that
look
day,
good. Where
she
do you order
discovered
this
on her
shit?
front
I want to make
porch
trading
the book,
cards.
The Legend of the 10 Elemental Masters by Alalilia, a game developer who had gained online notoriety amongst forum subcultures some 10 years prior due to his eccentricities. Finally, on that day, Chris criticized Matt Groening and Seth MacFarlane, the creators of the animated series The Simpsons and Family Guy, respectively, for maintaining the unaging and youthful appearances of their characters when they have in fact grown up since their conception. Lisa Simpson, for example, was allegedly an adult by then who was set to become the next president of the United States in 2020. She claimed the creators were doing so for monetary gain, and it was criminal of them to mischronicle their OCs. Chris admitted that she used to act the same, but was reconciling, making amends, and dealing with many original characters across dimensions. On October 26th, Christine livestreamed on YouTube for 91 minutes, playing the card game Twilight Sparkle's secret chipfic folder, utilizing her own custom-made expansion decks of cards.
It took me a long time to set all this up, you know, just... so yeah, as you can see, I have a few lovely big boxes for my secret shipfix folder cards now. That's how tall this pony deck is gonna be. The 1 out of 3 decks, it's gonna be this big.
The amount of money that has to be put in for you to come out with a full deck like this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't... Okay.
Now that's a mighty meaty sandwich. But yeah, you're pretty much. I'm pretty much gonna demonstrate a game of Twilight Sparkle's secret shippick folder.
I mean, I think this. Okay, this is probably with the other decks of cards,
which I have been able to figure out recently.
right? Because I don't think that this is all their cards that they made, right?
And in case you're wondering what that was, that's our cat baby, our gold cat baby.
When did they have a cat named Baby?
We're taking him to the vet. He's all right. Okay, we're taking care of him. So, don't ask about that. Don't troll me about that. Do not troll me about that. Oh, wait a minute. That happened. There's one.
What? What?
Oh boy. Okay, let's do a shotgun right now between Romeo
Hello?
and Sturdy. What? Oh, why not? Hello, Sylvia. There's our cat, Sylvia. Stay off the table. And you can see how big
I did not know that,
shipping
Romany.
grid can get, and this is why
Are we
need
playing? Is that what you're trying to say?
keyboard.
I'm just kidding.
You know, where the center point is an arm's length. Arm's length.
You're literally. Wait, what?
Can get.
Uh-huh.
And this is why you need a card table, or, you know, where the center point is an arm's.
Where the center point is an arm's length / length, and they like sat back. Why? Why does that matter that you need to tell fucking lie about that shit, bro?
Hi, Lucy.
12-hour stream of Chris John. No, Felix. I'm not doing a 12-hour stream of Chris John. I've already...
Game over.
This is already an updated video.
This is more fun
I probably couldn't handle it either.
You're essentially clearing ships off of the board.
Lean with a rock with, apparently.
This full. This is full.
Welcome to Lily Bell Air. Thank you for flying. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's not it. Thank you for flying with Lily Bell Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable
I
flight.
love you all. Be safe. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
At the same time, QB Farms user Duff conducted an interview with Ellie Hirschberg, who had created several fundraising campaigns to fund Christine's travels. Hirschberg wrote that he loved Jacob Sockness and was waiting on Chris's permission to engage in a 3-person polyamorous relationship involving himself, Chris, and Jacob.
Damn.
Ali said that he was banned from QB Farms for his dedication to Christine, and that he fully believed in the dimensional merge after Christine gifted him with special powers, which allowed his third eye to begin opening. Publicly,
Can't believe they're about to
hoped
get
to
more
save
fucking
enough money to attend
action than I
in
am.
California and meet with Christine, calling her his friend who gave him his psychic abilities. On October 27th, a Twitter user whose original character was made into a Twilight Sparkle's secret chipfic folder card revealed that they had played the card game in person with Christine, who gifted them a selection of the cards. Chris also sent cards to other Twitter acquaintances whose OCs were depicted in her custom decks. This included Jacob Sockness, who received 2 cards for the game, as well as a greeting card
Love you
proposing
to the
her love for
moon and
him,
back?
in which she wrote that her mother, Barbara, was holding on to a dolphin necklace that Sockness had sent to her, and that his donated money was used on fresh food. The next day, Chris shared the discovery of a convenience store called 812, riffing on the 7-Eleven convenience store chain. Since it was located in Jersey, the purported location of Gotham City of the DC Comics universe, she took it as a sign of the oncoming dimensional merge. She then went to her Magichan account and posed as
they missed the other part. They missed the last part where it says the fires in California clearing for merge.
coming dimensional merge. She then went to her Magichan account and posed as her supposed husband, and shared the recent convenience store tweet Chris wrote herself, confirming further signs of the merge. Christine then reasoned with a Twitter user who reasoned that Gotham could not be merged because it was not located in Dimension C-197, since she had mentioned the World Trade Center Twin Towers existed in the aforementioned dimension, yet were not referred to in any work from DC Comics. Chris argued that the Twin Towers in the alternate dimension fell long before, and that they were not mentioned in the comics because they were not properly chronicled. She then took back her previous claims and stated that the Twin Towers never existed in C-197, attributing her misspeaking to everything happening that day, making her mind, body, and soul busy. The enablers, Sarah and Steve, then proclaimed that they were frightened after Christine's recent posts regarding the coming merge. She came to quell their concerns. Jacob then wrote that he dreamed of Christine, the most heavenly goddess, and his beautiful
Jacob,
one true
please,
love every night.
for the love of God, okay? For the love of God, Jacob, please just get looser pants. Please.
For she was the only one who could soothe the soul of a fire-breathing dragon that was himself. Chris admitted that she may have the power to tame such a dragon god, but confessed that Jacob was not one, and merely a sorcerer and channeler, closing by telling him she had a rough and active day, and was too tired to think. At the same time, Righteous for Quick
Me, every single time I have to take a fucking test and I get the wrong answers, I just had a really tiring day. You know, my soul is exhausted.
posted a short looping clip of himself feeling cute after sending prayers to Christine. The next day, a user on Reddit posted a drawing that Chris made of her alleged neighbor and his cat on
It's okay,
September
Sumi.
1st,
It's
2018,
crazy.
claiming
Things are
to
just
share
crazy
it
here,
online
Sumi.
for the first time, though it had been posted on Kiwi Farms shortly after its creation. On October 31st, Chris noted for her followers that it was Halloween, writing that the dimensional iron curtain between dimensions was really thin. During that same day, her online friend and enabler, Maker Nightvy, argued with Ben Saint about his continued use of Chris's characters and using his comics to mess with her. Saint angrily rejected Maker's claims, writing that he was writing an important story. Christine came to Ben's defense, revealing that even before he began writing about the events of the comic, her character Nightstar had already met with Saint's characters Phantom Horn and Strawberry Milk, and sent them to investigate the slime situation. She elaborated that herself and even her family were already involved with the situation, and Ben was only drawing and sharing the events as he was fated to do, though he was criticized for deviating into an alternate timeline where he explored other themes she didn't like. Nevertheless, those events too were apparently fated to happen. Later on, Sockness tweeted at Chris a photo of a significant collection of free condoms. Chris did not respond. Maker Nightvy asked her directly if Jacob was visiting her, as he had previously pledged he would. She replied that he was not coming to her house at that time. On November 1st, Righteous for Quick posted a doctored photo of himself in full Michael Myers attire and another individual at a Halloween party, with Christine photoshopped in to stand beside him, wishing that he could meet her. Chris did not respond to his post. Also on that day, Sarah and Steve publicly defended Jacob Sockness, as he had confessed to saying threatening things while angry, and was ultimately not a risk or danger to any.
Legitimately, this is so funny, okay? Because it says right there. Hold on.
anyone.
It's funny because it says right there. He was angry and said things he didn't mean. We're all guilty of that. Or he was possessed at the time. They really went 1 to 100 with he was possibly possessed. Also, that has happened to me where they were like, I'm so sorry for what I said. You know, I've been having these possessions. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. You do your fucking thing, all right, buddy?
Things
You do
while
your
angry,
fucking thing.
and was
Because at this
ultimately
point,
not a risk or danger to anyone. Chris agreed.
There's
with
no
their
better way to
statement.
go through it, honestly.
Sarah and Steve then suggested that devoted followers and believers of Christine may call themselves Quickens, who practice Quickenism. Chris commented that like archivers and students of her activities, or Christorians, her religious-like followers should also have a dedicated term to call themselves. She reflected that Christians and Buddhists were named after the leading figures of their religions, but in Chris's case, she identified as many things, such as console patron unit, possible goddess to the Sonichu and Roastu species of Pokemon, as well as a possessor of a slew of other powers in dimensions 1218 and C197. After thinking about the topic further, she concluded that Quickenism did not sound right for her, eventually considering the terms followers of Christian Sonichu, Fox, and Fawquix as possibilities, but felt that her followers could come up with something better. She soon after checked the thesaurus and found devotee as a suitable synonym for worshipper, thusly creating the term devotees of Christian Sonichu, or docs. On November 2nd,
You're fucking kidding me! Docs? 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 Out of all things. Docs? Out of all the fucking things that Sean has done, the amount of fucking times that Sean has genuinely actually doxed people, like literally, that's gotta be a fucking joke. That it does, please. Everything here is just a joke, right? It's just a long, terrible, awful fucking bit, right? Somebody just wanted to, come on.
Christine tweeted about the vision she had in which her mother, Barbara, was not part Sonichu or Rosechu, and that after a few years, she would pass on and be reincarnated as a special female Rosechu. Also on that day,
doxed everyone. Everyone. It was like one of the main first issues of Christian ever.
Twilight Sparkle's secret chipfic folder cards that were shared with him by some unknown Twitter followers of Chris. 2 of these featured photographs of interiors and exteriors of her house, with drawings of her alleged spouses, Sylvana Rosechu and Mewtwo, superimposed over them. The third featured a background image of Barbara standing in a room with her past husband, Bob Chandler, in his Sonichu form, seemingly standing next to her. On November 3rd, Jacob Sockness shared an article which claimed that the Kiwi Farms willingly hosted future killers and had led to the suicides of 4 individuals, branding Joshua Moon, or Null, the site's administrator, the possible devil in the flesh. Kristen responded to Sockness's claims regarding Kiwi Farms, noting that not everyone on the site was evil, and there was some genuine good among the remainder. However, she did apparently recognize that there was evil in Null's eyes, and thought it best for people to begin to take down the Kiwi Farms permanently. Sarah and Steve then attempted to create a rift between Christine and Maker Nightv, after Maker asked Jacob about Null's actions, conceivably as a means to develop a closer relationship to Sockness, who was being encouraged by Maker and others to be thought of as an untrustworthy individual. Jacob further wrote that his cross-dimensional alter ego, Michiro, proclaimed Maker Nightv was worse than the evil demon, Jacoba.
I can't believe that even within the fans, even within the Sonichu enablers,
and that Maker's future actions would determine her true intentions.
They are fighting.
Her recent
the beef really never
concern
leaves.
From Maker and her other online friends, who were cautious of Chris being manipulated into thinking certain detrimental things, like during the Idea Guy saga, and being driven away from the people who had her best intentions at heart. Christine claimed to understand their concerns, and only wished for them to denounce Kiwi Farms and escape Null's deceptive grasp, though her friends stated
His ain't
that
beef,
most
it's
of
the
them
whole
did not
fucking
have
cow.
any connection to the
honestly,
farms, and only wished for her to willingly see that she was being manipulated by someone who was driving her true friends away. Sarah and Steve then posted screenshots of private messages they had with Chris to prove that her account had not been hacked, which featured a new photograph of herself, solemnly looking at the camera, with her signature lightning bolt, blue heart, lightning bolt emoji insignia lightly drawn onto her forehead. The enabling pair commented that there appeared to be sadness in her eyes. Christine wrote back that she had just woken up for the day, making the post at 12:51 p.m. local time. Later on, Maker Nightv denied supporting the Führer of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, as alleged by Sockness, accusing Sockness of
How did we
believing
even
such
get
things.
there?
Her followers proposed that Jacob was trying to create a divide between her and Chris so that he could control and exploit Christine.
Was a fucking jump.
Chris wrote that Jacob did not make those previous statements himself, but rather the demon Jacoba speaking through his body during a channeling session. She stated that Maker needed to affirm her good intentions by working with Sarah and Steve. Jacob joined the discourse to state that he was archiving the religions and history of Kidasuna, the alien world purportedly located within the Andromeda Galaxy, the texts of which contradicted each other often, and that he
All
was
right.
using quotes from them while
This is
addressing
starting to get to
trolls.
that point again
Maker
where it's just another
replied
language.
That he created
I'm lost.
Kidasuna himself, based on pre-existing ideas. Chris defended Jacob by clarifying that Kidasuna was in fact real in Dimension 1218, and that he did not invent the individuals who lived there, but merely discovered them and established communications. Maker rejected the claim, with Christine further clarifying that Sockness did not create the Andromeda Galaxy, or the individuals who lived there, and that many times his tweets were the result of nefarious characters from Kidasuna channeling through him. Asking her why was the concept
I want you to
difficult
know there's
comprehend.
a thought behind these eyes
Sarah
right
and
now.
Steve separately told their followers that Maker Nightfee was being manipulated into turning against them and Christine, writing that people did this to everyone who supported Christine. They warned others to recognize the signs and not fall for their tactics. Chris retweeted their message, reminding her audience that people should keep their common sense, wits, and instincts sharp, clear, and calm as possible, so that they would not fall for the haters' mind games. Later again, Righteous for Quick posted another doctored image of himself.
These
along with
doctored
other
images
members of
are
the
not the
LGBTQ
worst, though.
community,
For real.
with Chris inserted into the group, depicting his
Who's
supposed
supposed to
dream
actually
of
stand there?
himself
Did they
and
say, hey,
Christine, the
can you
goddess,
like
forming
make a
an
little
alliance.
space for me to
On
doctor
November 5th,
stuff in?
Christine went to vote in elections for the Virginia Senate and House of Delegates, posting a photo of her sticker, signifying that she had voted. Also on that day, Ali Hirschberg claimed that he was bullied and allegedly beaten by trolls who tried to manipulate Chris and turn her away from him. Their attacks
That's what I'm
seemingly
saying,
included
Sumi.
beating
I
him
was
up
like,
to the
I
point
probably
that
couldn't
he
do
required
Photoshop that
hospital
well.
treatment, receiving prank calls, and getting death threats on his social media accounts. Hirschberg was willing to save large amounts of money to ensure that Christine could attend the BabsCon convention so she could meet her love, Jacob Sockness. He wished Christine and Jacob the best. Also on that day, Chris wrote a series of tweets hoping to rectify the rift that was developing between her most trusted supposed friends. Listen, everyone, please. I am very well aware of Jacob and Maker. They both are good people with the same goal of concern of my own health and well-being. Jacob is his own individual, but he is presently still easily manipulated by Jacoba. Magi-chan and I have been working tough and hard to remedy that. We know everything about all this, and we have plans for counter-defenses and measures should anything bad happen. But know this, I, Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu, CPU Blueheart, am not being manipulated by anyone.
Welcome back,
I remain grateful and
Congratulations on your new
appreciative
phone.
of everyone's continued
My brain is
concerns,
melted.
kindness, and support.
My brain's
But we all
just
need to
actually
stop
melted.
fighting each other, especially in defending our Earths in due time.
I feel...
She further wrote that she was not going
Yeah.
to break up any of her friendships or allyships, and highlighted that they should all agree that they needed to defend their Earths from the likes of Null and Jacoba. On November 6th, Chris remade the tweet directing business inquiries to her business email that was being managed by Null to instead ask people to contact her personal AOL email address, and also encouraged direct messaging via Twitter, as well as
I do
receiving
not
mail
eat pee.
at her
No
home
eating
or
pee.
even personal visits. Sockness
But yes,
replied
that's pee.
with his personal PayPal donation link, asking for donations meant for Christine to be sent to him to assure proper use.
That actually is
Sarah
kind
and
of
Steve
sus.
then
That is
asked
kind of
Chris
weird.
for advice on their Sonichu OCs.
Hi there, welcome to the Label Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Thanks for
only to
following.
be surprised by the revelation that Christine recalled the characters through shared memories, and that they in fact existed in Dimension C-197. On November 7th, Ben Saint posted an illustrated image of his characters Phantom Horn and Strawberry Milk, deceased and corroded from the slime eliminating rain that was falling on them, implicating that Chris's actions caused their demise. Chris wrote that the picture was from an alternate timeline, while the two in the main timeline were safe in Quickville and then in the My Little Pony world of Equestria during the rain, so they were not affected by it. Also on that day, Righteous for Quick posted a curious photo on the subreddit Cult of Quick, of which he was the head moderator. It was taken by a supposed fellow worshipper of Christine, which depicted a seeming sermon in a church-like
God.
setting, showing 3 individuals
God.
deep in prayer, as the video in which Magi-chan purportedly speaks through Christine's body is projected onto the wall behind the podium.
Oh my God.
Later again, Chris posted newly created Twilight Sparkle's secret chip.
How come Chris-chan can have a fucking religion and I can't? Hello?
Fake folder cards depicting the main characters of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
You did?
describing their
No, that was
future
different. That was
actions and
in-game in a
achievements
cult.
As was to occur
All right?
in her foretold seasons 10 to 14
Not
of
enough
the TV
devotees.
series.
You right,
Chris commented
I know you wouldn't
that
be
she
one.
had not watched the 3-part
Sad.
final episode of the show and would only do so after season 10 would air on the Discovery Family TV channel in the year 2020.
Thank you,
And
Robody.
when
I'm
Hasbro and the
gonna
cast
assume
and
that that's
crew
you
of the series
volunteering
would confirm the news of
to
the
be
new
a
season.
my priest.
The next day, spurred on by Jacob's proclamations of an oncoming war, along
I'm already
with deadly
taken by this
diseases and
ideology. You
nuclear
should see
attacks
mine.
between the 2 dimensions,
That's
Chris confirmed
truth
that bad
ideology
things would
right there,
happen
bro.
to only the self-counterparts of haters and really bad people of the Earth in
I love
Dimension
this. I love
1218,
this. Is
as
just
they were
straight. This is just straight like RP. Yeah, all of this is straight RP, right? But look at this. Look at this. The war has yet to begin on the 1218 side. There will be a lot of channels getting axed and accounts being deleted. I only fired a few shots across the trolls' bows, and those were blanks. Now it's coming time for me to actually summon up Belial, demon of worthlessness. A deadly disease strikes Troll City in C-197s. The disease takes out as a third as was fated. I said, oops, as I leaned over her desk to give CPU quick Sonichu a kiss. I accidentally pressed the button ahead of schedule and warning getting out. All trolls will not survive the merge because even their OCs got nuked.
haters and really bad people of the Earth in Dimension 1218, as they were all isolated to a certain troll city in C-197. However, the idea guys, Joshua Wise and Stephen Boyd, would survive because they still owed Christine $6,000.
Hi, Mr. Spatter!
Null
Hello.
and his pony persona,
Oh, thank you for
on the other
swallow
hand,
noises.
were fated to die. On November 9th, YouTube channel 3GI, which had previously organized the multi-creator created Shrek Retold video, which had featured a
Excuse me.
contribution from Christine, released a trailer for their upcoming collaborative remake of the 1996 original video animation Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which also would be comprising of contributions
Switch mine for
from
swallow?
various
I
creators.
didn't that
That
time.
trailer
Oh,
featured
I
a
switch
short
it
clip
sometimes,
from
I
Chris's
think.
input, seemingly showing Sonic transforming into Sonichu.
That's an ass. I was a full ass over there too.
Later on, after Chris-chan-focused YouTuber Gibby began posting video updates concerning Chris and the actions of Sockness and Sarah and Steve made their Twitter account protected, so only approved followers could view their posts. Jacob then threatened to release Gibby's private information to the media and declared him an abuser of quote-unquote retarded people and transphobic because he did not address Chris by feminine pronouns. Sockness proceeded to post many short tweets, ranging from expressing his
Oh my
lust
God.
for Christine, who he found to be a mother-like figure,
Oh
to
my
voicing
God.
his disgust at Gibby, announcing him as his enemy. Also on that day, Ben Saint expressed his annoyance on his private Discord server after he ended his most recent comic on a cliffhanger, which placed his character Phantom Horn in a perilous situation, to which in response, Chris intervened in his storyline and drew a new trading card depicting them being rescued. On November 10th, Saint hosted a 4-hour-long livestream with Chris on the streaming site Twitch, during which they mostly discuss their respective comic universes, My Little Pony, politics, and religion.
Should I name a
Hey,
couple
what is
more
this
mods?
place? What
I
is
feel
this
like
Twitch
the chat
place?
is blowing up with some.
I don't think I've ever heard of
some
it.
randos, some jerks.
Can you like stream
today.
on there?
Mr. Christian, you and I.
Yeah, Keyblade Spirit asks, I've got a question about the themes of your work, Chris. I found that Sonichu deals a lot with collision, both literally and ideologically. There are all kinds of collisions, all seeming to lead up to one final collision in the dimensional merge. Do you agree with that interpretation?
Collision. I'm gonna say among which, yes, since we do break the fourth wall a bunch of times.
That's true. And you have to collide with the fourth wall in order to break it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Chris, I don't know if you remember this, but years ago, I commissioned you to draw me something. Do you remember this? You probably don't, but it's actually, you can see it right here.
This kind of makes me feel weird because I feel like this person really is just like could genuinely just be a normal ass human being that daylights as like your fucking doctor and then moonlights as Ben Saint. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Like legitimately. Troll, I feel like troll in denial for sure. Unless, I don't know. But, like, it worries me. First of all, VTube Studio is acting up. Second of all, it genuinely worries me that this, I could never know if this guy's just my fucking doctor.
Where my finger is pointing on the stream. It's hanging up in my room. And I have kept it ever since.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, essentially what happened to Liquid Chris.
Yeah, because he got pulled down the hole by the devil trolls, and then we never heard anything more about him.
Liquid
I just
Chris,
really wanted to
I
know
miss you!
what happened to him down there. And you answered it. I think this was like $50. This was like the best $50 I ever spent.
Bro.
I really appreciate it. Oh, Kazi Snap asks, are you doing No Nut November?
That's news to me. I have not heard that before.
Oh, you don't know about No Nut November? It's is in you just
don't nuts.
You don't have sex or masturbate through November, and that's it.
You just don't nuts.
Nut.
You know what? That's every month out of the year for me, so it's a moot point.
Y'all don't have.
Ali Banjo Twitch asks,
are they
how are your
asexual
psychic
now
abilities
too?
coming along?
Very well. I'll eventually be able to show a better example, but they're really progressing very well. I'm beginning to levitate things much better.
Really?
At least I'm making objects light, very lighter.
Magi-chan is he living with you right now?
Yes.
Okay. How's he doing?
He's working very hard. He's making sure everything progresses in the merge and everything goes smoothly and accordingly.
They're acting like they are. They're acting like they're asexual though. They're like,
On November 12th,
I don't
Jacob
nut
posted
anytime.
a
And I'm like,
transcript of a supposed conversation between Magi-chan and Jacob's alter ego, Michido,
why are they saying that?
in which Magi-chan apparently
thank you, Mr.
foretold
Spanner.
that in
I
order
appreciate
to
it. Good
Chris's
night,
daughter,
Good night,
Crystal Weston Chandler,
Thank you
Chris was
for
supposed
staying
to
up
have
with
sex
me. You
with
didn't have
and
to.
impregnate her recent fundraiser organizer, Ali Hirschberg, who was female to male transgender. Christine wrote that Hirschberg was not likely to be the father of her destined child, and that the posted conversation was said to have been confirmed by Magi-chan
I'm like
to have
testing out
taken
my
place,
rigging.
though noted there were some discrepancies. Makers suggested that Magi-chan did not sound like himself in the transcript because Sockness made it all up. Chris rejected the claim, citing that Jacob's way of typing made Magi-chan sound different. The next day, Hasbro revealed their plans for a My Little Pony spin-off series called Pony Life, which Christine rejected, demanding seasons 10 through 14.
And then what? And then what happens when that happens?
In a plausible attempt to irritate her, Jacob theorized that Pony Life was actually the destined next 5 seasons of the show that Christine had foretold, a thought she angrily rejected. On November 16th,
what
she
happens
posted
if
a
it just comes
declaration
out
rejecting
without
Pony Life in favor of seasons 10 to 14?
Yeah,
of Friendship
without
is Magic
seasons 10 to
several
14.
different Twitter accounts that posted fan art of the new series, which she dubbed Go Pony, comparing it to the stylistically similar animated series Teen Titans Go. In addition, she posted a selection of new Twilight Sparkle's Secret Chipfic folder cards depicting seeming protests at Hasbro headquarters, attended by Chris-chan Sonichu, Nightstar, and the main 6 protagonists. One card in particular...
The circle really comes all the way back around, right? Because they did pretty much the exact same thing when Sonic had their arms recolored. This is the exact same thing. It's just back around continuously.
I
feel like I'm like living Groundhog Day in the form of terrible Chris-chan content.
4 of Friendship is Magic, demands to which they heed. On November 19th, Chris's second garnishment case with second round sub for unpaid debt was filed, setting the next hearing date for January 15th, 2020. On that same day,
oh my god, this is still
Christine
2019?
posted on Twitter that it was once again time for the Chandlers to need more money, posting a link to her PayPal donation link, asking followers not to tell her to get a job or some shit like that. She added that it wasn't easy completing the dimension merge, with the restrictions and limitations of the real-world dimension.
Sonic
that
art
if it were
recoloring
easy,
drama
she
was
would have
not a
fully
joke
entered
to
Dimension
Kristan, bro.
C197
They
and
went
completed
for it.
the merge over a year ago, so called for a stop to the hating and bad trolling. She soon after posted a photo of her mother lying down and vacantly staring upward, claiming she was giving Chris grief regarding finances.
What?
One
What?
user
How could you
criticized
do
her
that?
for showing
Hello?
an ugly side of her personality, to which she apologized, citing her being tired and overworked as the cause.
How could you even do
to
that?
reveal that she managed to get enough donations to keep the family stable for a while. Later on, after an inquisitive Twitter user asked her about
Oh my god,
the C
Perp 13.
quarters
That's
and
actually
W
such a
quarters
good
as
emo.
seen
I
in
hate
the
it.
Sonichu comics, Christine elaborated that it was an idea conceived by the so-called Christine Chan, Chris's self-counterpart in Quickville, and the coins both equaled 25 US cents. Chris called it a crazy idea
Christine
from
Chan
Christine Chan
here?
among many, but admitted that she worked very hard to defend Quickville. On November 20th, Chris tweeted that she completed making the Nightstar and Friends expansion pack for the Twilight Sparkles Secret Chipfic folder card game, which featured a card representing herself, Chris Chan Sonichu, the so-called OC of OCs, depicting her drawing of Chris Chan Sonichu with a new photo of herself imitating her character's power pose. On that same day, Jacob Sockness confessed that due to poor advice from his sugar daddy or elderly sexual partner who also provided him with monetary—
What? What? Jacob has a sugar daddy and I can't get one? This is a joke. This is a joke. Please, it's a joke. But also, what?
supplements, he did not have enough money to pay rent for his apartment in the near future, and also likely could not save enough to attend the BabsCon convention in 2020 and meet with Christine, who also seemed to not have enough money to attend either. The next day, Kiwi Farms moderator, The American Hedgehog, noted that the title of a 2010 Chris Chan YouTube video was cited in the Cambridge University
I should have
published
kept
book
this on the entire
Colloquial
time.
English, Structure and Variation,
Tier
which listed
100.
Christian's
I don't know
quote,
about being your
Tito
sugar
got no
daddy,
luck
but I
against
can buy
we
you
Brits,
food and
Irish and
Funso.
Scots, as
That's
an example
thank you
of
so
using
much.
the nominative pronoun
Thank you. I
we
really
in an
appreciate the videos.
accusative
Thank you
case.
so much. You're too sweet, honey.
On November 22nd, Christine shared a link to her new website, QuickvilleShopping.com,
Okay, we gotta get
where
back
she
into it.
sold her custom-made expansion decks of cards for Twilight Sparkle's Secret Chipfic folder. Twitter followers complained about the high cost of the cards, but Jacob defended her,
QuickvilleShopping.com.
claiming he was going
I
to
just
use
wanna
them
know
as
if
tarot
it's
cards
still there.
or a means of gaining insight into one's
I don't think it's
past,
there. I don't think it's there
present,
anymore.
and future by drawing and interpreting cards. On November 26th, Chris livestreamed herself playing a solo game of Twilight Sparkle's Secret Chipfic folder for 1 hour and 36 minutes.
I am not reading your comments, so your hate is not being heard.
Streaming
at
where?
all. Hey, Maker, shout out to you, Maker. Here's your knifey. He's a good boy. And there's a cat. Off, boy. There she's our little baby. Get off the table. But without further ado, let's get to shuffling.
I'm not reading your comments. So, fully on you, haters.
I don't know. That
For
shit
one,
sounds
since
real
this is a
sus.
gender change card. We'll just say the WoW goes to his male now. We have Jamsta. There's another jerk up. Sandy. There's Walsh. There's Walsh. Okay? There's the epic online party. The remnants of fucking Blue Spike. Fuck. Fuck the. Fuck the.
What does that even fucking mean?
No. Method acting.
I'm so lost. I'm so
Okay.
lost.
When this goal when 3 male-on-male ships have been played in a single turn. Okay, so anyway, after this, also, I'm thinking my brain is going out of order. Essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to be talking with vendors and online sellers and who sell secret ship fit cards, and I'm going to talk with them, and I'll let them sell my deck and expansion packs between their websites and at conventions, including BabsCon. So
at around that time, one of Chris's paying patrons stated in a Discord conversation that they still had not received any Sonichu issues as promised. They also noted that their boyfriend had sent Christine a letter telling her to stop trusting Sockness, attempting to bribe her with $9 and some magic cards. On November 27th, after reading Jacob's most recent tweets, she confessed that even though she loved and cared for him, she could not be close to him due to unknown reasons caused by the merging of dimensions. She added that people should stop bullying Sockness for the things he said while under possession by Jacoba, after declaring news of a great struggle that was to take place between the Earths of 1218 and C-197 and the evil Rokot Empire of Kidasuna. She reiterated,
even Christian does not have the ability to say that they do not want to be a part of Jacob's life. Genuine. This is it. This is their way of saying that shit. Exactly, Axel. This is definitely not an excuse to exit the relationship. Though I love him, but unfortunately, you guys, just to let you know, the only reason, okay, that I can't be with you physically in a non-VTuber form is because of the dimensional merge. It's just the way it is. It's so sucky. So sucky. Ridiculous.
Reiterated that she could not be Jacob's sweetheart,
just, you know,
and pleaded once again
stop
for
the
people
dimensional,
to stop
you know,
bullying
issues
him.
or whatever. The dimensional
The
war.
following day, Jacob created a new Twitter account, Goddess Emmanuel, playing on Christine's belief of the feminine god creator, and shared with her a falsified direct message from YouTuber Gibby. He made himself,
they really,
which
you can just
purported to show
falsify
Gibby's
everything out here, bro.
communications with Null, revealing that he lied about Sockness in his videos, was part of the Idea Guy saga, and was directly involved with stopping the merge. Chris replied to Goddess Emmanuel, claiming that she knew of Gibby's vicious intentions and manipulations. However, her decision to push back Jacob's advances was not caused by Gibby's videos, and it was largely because Sockness had for the moment expended his usefulness. Chris remained confident that the merge would not be delayed and would not fail, in spite of Gibby's bullshit. Also on November 28th, she made 2 tweets to commemorate the American holiday of Thanksgiving, writing that she was thankful to be in better communication with her supposed spouses and new people she had met over the year. Furthermore,
oh my God, that's true. Jacob had no more money.
And the dimension
I totally
merge
forgot
coming
about
closer
that.
to fruition, and her abilities to discern the legit from the bullshit. After a decade-long cycle of bullying, mistakes, and ill-judgment-ridden adversity, Christine found solace after rejecting the reality that treated her so harshly, greatly aided by individuals seeking some semblance of internet notoriety, driven by the misguided belief that they were contributing to a story of historical note. Chris's life was one that no one should envy, nor influence, for if left to her own devices, she may not believe it was possible to escape her consequences in search of a better life.
That's the end of part 74. That was genuinely exhausting. Genuinely exhausting. I think, personally, right, it's not like I'm fucking rating these, all right, episodes or anything, and thank you so much to Gino Samuel for everything, okay? But, personally, I think they've only gotten more and more exhausting because of how much... the video content was terrible. Christian video content was terrible, but, like, the amount of talking that just goes on for this dimensional merge and just back and forth and all these... It's just too much... What is that word? Delusion. You know? Because it's not even Christian's delusions anymore. Now there's, like, 9 million other people They're enablers having delusions. Hello? I genuinely, I have no idea. I just can't. I can't. Man. That was 2 weeks ago, so we're probably not going to get another one until at least in another 2 weeks to a month. But Jesus. Yeah. Oh, that's actually sweet, Bento. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Lilybell. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Jesus Christ, I just finished catching up with Christian. Hello to everybody from, hanging out and watching Christian with me. I'm so sorry you guys had to go through it with me. Yeah. And I'm in the middle of my funathon. I don't know why VTube Studio just doesn't want to do nothing here. But I'm in the middle of my funathon. We are at 175 hours. Don't worry, that's not all the donations and shit. That's just the wheel that we have going on has add this and add that to the wheel. That's why. Yeah. I legitimately this is so bad to say. It's just a joke, but for real, my brain, it hurts. My brain hurts. My brain fucking hurts. I'm so lost, dude. I did get fucked by the ×2 multiplier. It's ridiculous. Okay. This. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. This, on a scale of 1 to 10, how tired are you? I'm not tired, like, physically. All right? But I am mentally just drained because Christian is just like that. That's why, like, I feel like I could only watch, like, 4 at a time, max. What's next, boss lady? I'm actually gonna start calling it for the day. All right? I've been streaming for about 12 and a half hours now.